You're all locked in now.
Your home for the best sports radio in Utah is right here on the KSL Sports Zone. It's time to kick off your afternoon drive with Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
Allow me to introduce the best of the best.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Happy Monday to one and all, no matter how you may be consuming the show.
Absorbing.
Whether it's over the air the old-fashioned way, streaming at KSLSports.com, watching at KSLSports.com, watching on the YouTube, or a hearty hello to our friends from the future who are podcasting the show.
A lot of listeners said hi at the Darryn Peterson press conference, said they were a fan of yours. And then I was at the grocery store the other day in the checkout line, and a guy who I didn't even get his name, good-looking gentleman, long gray hair, came and fist bumped me and said, listen to the show every day, love your work. Thank you. Appreciate everybody.
I don't have any fans.
People absolutely said they were fans of yours.
Everyone thinks I'm a hater. That's how I get.
People like haters.
That's how I get greeted everywhere I go. That's all right. No, I get greeted
we
with
had
nothing.
Listeners come down to JCW's.
We did that. Well, that was fun
for the draft, for the NHL draft. Yeah, that was good. I'm feeling the love from our listeners, our absorbers.
Still very weird.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, Ben? You do all right?
It was good. I was at the press conference on Saturday. Watched a bunch of movies with my son yesterday, which was really enjoyable. He watched Pacific Rim, watched his first Godzilla movie, so we kind of watched big monster movies, and hung out. I had a very enjoyable weekend. You? How was your birthday?
I'm choking on coffee over here. I'm having an emotional reaction to your fantastic weekend. I'm fine. Well, yeah, it was my birthday on Saturday. We went to Lagoon.
You did go.
We did go, and I'll tell you about the weather in one sec. But can I tell you that my 8, almost 9-year-old was the cutest thing ever? She would not, militantly would not let me do anything. To get ready to go to Lagoon, she did one of these, Ben, if you're watching on the YouTube. She did one of these.
Wow.
And then would forcibly make me go back to the couch when I'm just trying to put some ice in the cooler. You know what I mean? Which was hilarious and very cute. I told you I was worried about the weather because a mom at daycare, as I was walking out, she somehow came up. We were going to Lagoon, and she's like, "Oh, did you see? There's going to be 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts tomorrow." And it was like, No, I didn't see that. No. And then one of my friends who we're going with in the group text is like, "Anybody look at the weather? Should we not go?" And I had to be like, "No, I want to go. We're going." I'm telling you, it was almost the best weather possible.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't windy at all.
Oh, it was there was a chill in the air.
It was 70 degrees.
A walk. It was gorgeous.
You're out in the sun. You don't mind waiting in line a little bit. You don't mind one bit. It rained for maybe 15 minutes, and that was it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we stuck it out. I would have been so bummed if we would have been like, man, let's not go because of the weather, because it turned out awesome. So in Utah, no offense to the good people who are, down the floor and across the hall, but I'm never trusting weather people ever.
Yep. That's fine.
Sorry, Ubes.
I'm glad you had a good day. Weather ruining a day is not fun. So
it was totally awesome. Except we had one of those experiences where we were in line at the bat. And we waited in line for it wasn't terrible. It was 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. Sit down, and this is my 5-year-old is super excited about this because it's a dangly roller coaster. She's never done the bat before, whatever. We sit there, and then we sit there some more. Then we sit there some more, and you see the alarm in the staff as they're running around, and then supervisors show up, and we're just sitting there. And then they tell us, yeah, it's not working.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys got to get off. This thing's not working.
Couldn't have told me 15 minutes ago?
Yeah. No, I've been sitting here waiting.
Okay.
Where when you hear the creak of the gate opening for the team, the service person to get in, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, there he is." Oh, he's got keys dangling from his belt. So that guy,
he knows,
obviously knows how to fix this thing. And then to get get off. It was uninspiring. But otherwise, I will say, obviously not a paid advertisement, but Lagoon rocks. Like, it's clean. The rides are fun.
They've really upgraded the rides every year.
The service is super friendly. All those young people who work there are super on it. I kind of wonder what they're threatened with behind the scenes.
Did you go to the groin kicker, the new one?
No, my kids are a little small for that yet, so didn't make it on there. But friends of ours who had some older kids, and they wanted to go. The Nutcracker, I believe, is what it's called.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a German theme because it's right there by the beer garden, speaking of upgrades. And they said it's pretty intense.
Okay.
That was the word that was used, was pretty intense.
I hadn't ridden the Samurai until last year, and that thing's flipping you all over the place. Spinning and turning you upside down. I thought, whoa, you got one of these in Utah? Okay.
Wild.
Yeah.
Didn't get stuck in line in the Primordial this time, so that was nice.
Good.
No, but shout out to Lagoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
good
totally
times.
with you.
Good times had by all. Christian, you do all right this weekend? Yeah, you don't really have weekends with a newborn.
No, it was great. It's funny because he's been sleeping really poorly the past 2 weeks, like waking up every 90 minutes during the middle of the night. Last night he woke up. We put him down like 8:30. He woke up at 2 and at 5.
Oh, that's not bad.
And it felt like I had the best sleep of my life.
Yeah, it's not
like
bad.
it was amazing for him to sleep that long.
And it wasn't even chemically induced. I've been telling Christian to go home and drug him.
The kid or himself?
No, the kid.
Okay.
No, I'm just assuming Christian's drugging himself. I'm
yet to try
that.
Yeah.
No, but no, just like a quarter to a Benadryl, and that kid's gonna sleep for a long time.
But snoring.
But that might be a little reckless. He might be a little young yet for that approach.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's keep him alive.
How old is too old to be like, just to be sure, let's get you some Benadryl? Can you drug your kids into their 20s?
Yes. Oh, you need a nap? First of all, kick the kids out of the house. They can learn on their own at that point. But yeah.
Man, you've been annoying today. Here, drink this Benadryl smoothie I made.
Drink. Some decaf.
Dim the lights a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Turn up the heat.
Yeah, there's white noise. What's going on here?
Nothing. I just need a break. Oh, man, that's funny. All right. Well, I'm glad you're sleeping better there, Christian. Ben, tell us your takeaways from the press conference. While I was roller coastering, you were meeting face-to-face the newest member of the Utah Jazz.
It itself was a bit of a roller coaster. It was a real prep rally. There were at least 100 fans there, so it wasn't really a media session. It was like a fan session that the media was also at.
More like college football signing day.
Yeah, I had someone compare it to when Kevin Young signed with BYU, announcing him as a head coach.
Okay.
It's like a prep rally, which was a little weird to me, admittedly, but...
How are we as snooty media people feeling about that?
I do like the intimacy of the media and the player. I do think everyone lets their guard down a little bit more in some of those situations, as opposed to having 100 fans also watching you. It's a little more intimate. But it's not up to me. I don't care. It's up to the Jazz, and they get to do whatever they want. So,
well, that's true because it is a free country.
Correct.
And they can, but that does bother me.
Yeah.
Because listen, a press conference is supposed to be professional. We may be clowns, but that environment is supposed to be professional. With if you want to do a fan rally or whatever, I'm pro that.
Right.
But that's not what a press conference is.
Correct. It's totally different.
It's
to the point where there was lights and there was a round of applause when he showed up, and it's like that sets a different tone than what the media is actually there to do.
I totally agree. So maybe that's my stuffy opinion, but a press conference and a pep rally aren't really the same thing. I am annoyed with what college football signing day has turned into.
Correct.
And Kevin, are you having a press conference or are you having a pep rally? Let's keep them separate.
Now, lucky me, I was in New York for his first press conference as a member of the Utah Jazz, and we played that, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not offended by it by any means. It's just that's what stood out to me. You asked me what stood out to me. This was different. This is a lot different. This is not what Ace Bailey got last year. This is not what, Cody Williams got, certainly. This is not what Taylor Hendricks got. This is a different approach. And I think some of it is honestly just signaling the end of the rebuild for the Utah Jazz. Now, the building actually starts. The tanking is done. I think this is about turning the page, re-energizing everybody, having all the fans recognize this is a new piece to it. And again, no problem having fans at an event. But that's also what Summer League's for. It's coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
I've lost many battles when it comes to that sort of thing in my day, and that's just another one, and whatever. Life goes on.
Life goes on. And I don't expect this will be the, approach when the Jazz have the 19th pick next year.
Yeah, it'd be a little overkill for we bring it in 2 second-rounders.
Yeah, right. Like, who cares? So, neither here nor there. And Darren's a big deal. Like, it's a difference maker. They want him to know that they're really invested in him. And his maturity continues to be what stands out. He just acts like he's 25 years old. And I don't think it's Donovan Mitchell acting like he's 25 years old. Now, then again, I may start to feel that way in a few years. I don't know. But Darren just feels totally comfortable. He's just totally... seems authentic. It seems real. It doesn't seem manicured. I just think he's like a very normal dude. I think he's going to get along well with everybody. Keontae George was there, which Keontae just continues to be involved in everything the Jazz are doing, and I just kind of read into that aspect of it. Like, he's a part of the leadership of this team now. Now, how long? I don't know, but as of today, he definitely is. And that's going to be the backcourt going forward, it seems like. So that's kind of what stood out to me. He's really with it. He's really present and central, and I think the Jazz are over the moon about him being in Utah.
Yeah. I thought his presser was really good, but do you think, and here's where everybody accuses me of going negative, you think Ace Bailey liked that press conference?
That was my thought. And honestly, to the point where I thought, like, is Ace Bailey seeing this and thinking, why didn't they do this for me? And I legitimately asked around about it. And they said Ace is not the person who will worry about that type of thing.
That's not what I was talking about, per se. No. I was talking about, you think Ace likes the new guy starting backcourt with Keontae George? You think he has something?
And he didn't say that.
He think he have something to say about that?
He didn't say he was going to be the starting backcourt. He said he thought he could learn a lot.
He said he and Keontae, in his conversation with us, he said he believes he and Keontae can be one of the best backcourts in the league in a very short time. Mm-hmm. And he talked in his press conference about he and Keontae being a dynamic backcourt. If I'm Ace Bailey and I'm sitting at home, I'm saying, well, I've been on the team for a year.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I've been doing it. You're here and talking that into existence. What about me?
I'm not penciling Darryn Peterson in to be the Jazz's starting two guard.
You are the only one.
I'm not.
You are alone on that island.
Apparently.
I heard Tony Jones talking about it today on with Hans and Scotty. It is a thing in the Jazzosphere that is the starting backcourt. And I'm just telling you, I don't think Ace Bailey probably is really thrilled about that.
Yeah. I again, talking to some people over the weekend about like exactly what we're talking about. Literally exactly what we're talking about. How is Ace going to handle this? It's like Ace is not the type of person who's going to worry about it. Ace is just not wired that way, from my understanding. Now, he will get there because every player gets there and realizes, oh, I'm just an independent contractor, and right now I'm wearing this jersey, and I have to start to look out for my own space. Everybody gets there. I don't think that's where Ace is. At least that doesn't seem to be where people who know him better than I do seem to think that that's where Ace is as a player or as a person, that he is worried about that type of thing. He's a good teammate. He's like a very good teammate, and that's kind of the expectation. I just mean from like why would that make sense that Darren would be starting right away? Like, he was a good college player. He's like a pretty good college player.
Uh-huh.
Like, AJ was a way better college player. Cam Boozer was a way better college player. You could argue that Caleb Wilson was a better college player last year than Darryn Peterson. The Jazz are trying to make the playoffs next year. A rookie is starting at shooting guard? How many minutes he's not going to play 30 minutes next year. He's probably playing like 18 to 24. Keontae didn't start on a terrible basketball team for the first month of the season. Cody Williams started here and there when the Jazz were just trying to lose games. Ace Bailey started when the Jazz were trying to lose games last year. It's like, you're trying to make the playoffs. Like, there's a chance Svi is the Jazz starter next year. I'm just not. I'm a little more lukewarm on how NBA ready a 19-year-old is who played 24 games of college last year.
Okay. First of all, barring injury, if VHT is in the starting lineup day one for the Jazz, the fans will burn the building down. They will.
It would be hilarious.
They will burn the building down. That will happen. Your take though on feelings about Ace and how he would handle this sort of thing. I hope that's not the case. I hope he's mad. I hope has the huge chip on his shoulder in the offseason right now. That's how he really should be reacting, is that I'm going to let a rookie come in here and take my spot.
Right.
I listen. He's probably saying, I listened to the Jake and Ben show last year. I heard the bit. I heard to become a star. Well, they're moved off that already.
Could be
he needs to treat Darryn Peterson like Ron Boone treated Magic Johnson, apparently.
Punch him?
I don't think Booner punched him.
No, I think, did Booner get punched?
Booner just made life a little more difficult on him because Booner was trying to make his last, he's going contract to contract, right? And he's the old vet at this point. And he's not wild about Magic, the rookie, coming in and taking a bunch of glory for not doing anything yet. And by the way, this is the characterization of Ron Boone on a got to be mostly fictional television show made for Showtime called Winning Time? Winning Time.
Yeah, HBO, but yeah.
HBO, you're right.
Yeah.
Could not believe it when I watched that show for the first time. I had no idea Booner was in it.
So good.
And the fact that they basically cast him as a villain.
It's the enemy.
It's amazing.
Because if you've ever met Ron Boone.
Oh, dude is the chillest guy.
Chillest dude. Yeah.
On the planet. And you know what? You'd have to have a not chill side to hold the record that he holds, which is consecutive games played. I mean, you've got to have a real salty side if you're going to set that record in the era that he set it in. But to know Boone now, where he's just chill and smiles and very friendly, to see his portrayal in a TV show as the really salty veteran that did not care for Magic Johnson.
But to your point, young players should not let the league happen to them. You get washed out of the league if you just let it all happen to you. Yeah, Ace should go in there and be fighting for his job. No question about it. And he should be fighting Lowry for his job.
Yeah.
And Lowry should be fighting Ace for Lowry's job.
So
all of these guys should be fighting for the spot.
Ace should not be comfortable with whatever you want to talk, a reserve role or not getting the attention or whatever. Yeah, he should be bent. I'm sure Austin H probably doesn't hate it if he's been out of shape and he's throwing more plates on the bar. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, because Ace still has a tremendous amount of potential, and I know you agree with that take, and I think most people who know what they're talking about. But, dynamics on teams are funny. They can be productive, and they can really be counterproductive. The Celtics have to get Jalen Brown off their team.
Correct. It really seems like they've realized that.
And honestly, with a trade that went down over the weekend, the Hornets had to get LaMelo and Miles Bridges off their team.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of the reporting on that?
No.
Where I don't know. I don't want to get too. I haven't looked into it too deeply, but that those two were called the Toxic Twins, and played a lot of games during a lot of bad basketball and formed a lot of bad habits. And the Hornets were just like, we got to get these clowns off this team. So, which is pretty interesting because all the fans are complaining because they're going, oh, this is the best team that Charlotte's had in years, and all of a sudden they're trading two key components. Well,
it's very telling.
Well, I'm just saying, locker room dynamic is critical. Sometimes it can be really critical in a positive way. Yep. I think the Knicks locker room dynamic, going from Tibbs to Mike Brown, more player empowerment, stuff that I'm usually not all that wild about, really led to a productive environment in New York.
Clearly. And look, I would still say 3 years from now, I think Ace Bailey's your starting 3 and Darren's your starting 2. I just don't think Ace Bailey's the 3 or 2, but that is where he played last year, to your point.
I'm sure the Jazz are telling him, you're going to have plenty of opportunity, make room for you, all those cliches that coaches all say. But, you've got to work hard to get better between year 1 and year 2, and then work hard again between year 2 and year 3. And whatever motivates you to really put in the work. What did Keontae tell Darryn Peterson about what it takes? It's 10 times harder than what you think.
The hardest thing you've ever done, times it by 10.
Yeah. Maybe that's a little hyperbole, but he's honestly not far off. The NBA is such a high level, athletically, skill-wise, all the stuff. Yeah. And, the best players wash out if they don't put any work into it.
I was talking to, I think it was Buck, was at the NHL draft party that we had at JCW's.
I always think Uncle Buck when I hear that name.
And he's asking about Darryn Peterson and just kind of how these guys are going to be and how good they want to be right away. I'm just like, just remember, Lauri Markkanen is 7 feet tall, probably has a 40-inch vertical, perfectly coordinated, like really fluid athlete, shoots the absolute cover off the ball. I mean, elite shooter. He's He's probably the 40th best player in the world. Like, you have to be so good.
Yeah.
Lowry is basically perfect. And he's like the 40th best player because he can't dribble well enough. It's like, that's the difference, you know? So, yeah, it's just really hard to make that jump. Whether it's Ace in year 2 or Darren in year 1.
Honestly, if you want to, here, I got a hot take for you.
Okay.
Michael Jordan became the GOAT because he had the world's biggest chip on his shoulder. He would invent slights to motivate him to put in the work to accomplish at that level. I think if LeBron had that chip, he would have been better than Michael.
Okay.
Honestly, with the athletic gifts, all that stuff that LeBron has, and I don't know what cliche you want to put it there, but it's not the same with LeBron. I was reading a critique about LeBron today about how this is his, if he goes to Golden State, it's his like 4th rendition of a quote unquote super team, you know, and bouncing around. What does that do for his legacy? The rivalry with the Warriors and all this stuff. It just makes it. Michael had this chip on his shoulder that he had to be the best and he had to win and he had to outshine everybody and all that stuff that led him to be him. I don't know if LeBron has all that. Although LeBron is really good about creating narratives and creating conversations. He is definitely good at that.
LeBron's edge has always been his physical tools, not his chip on his shoulder.
No.
It's been his actual shoulders.
He's
not
a
his chip
6'8"
on his shoulder.
Freight train.
Yeah.
He can really dribble and pass. I still don't think he's a great shooter.
Yeah.
But he's super skilled and he's giant.
Yeah.
But did he win in Cleveland because he had some chip on his shoulder? Or did Steph get hurt and Draymond get suspended? And he's still a freight train.
Correct.
You know? Did he win those titles in Miami because, well, that freight train had Dwayne Wade who could pick up the slack when LeBron needed it or to pass to or Chris Bosh or whatever. So I don't know. The extra motivation to be your best basketball player at the highest level is crazy. I mean, watching first person, honestly, Keontae go through it last year and Walker Kessler go through it the year before. It just shows. They had to become completely different people to do what it takes to get to the level they are now, let alone the next level. I don't think it's an assurance at all that Keontae George is the starting point guard. Why not Darryn Peterson alongside Ace Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it a given that Keontae? You know, they've got to take it to the next level. And that's hard.
Yeah, it is. And all of these spots are up for grabs. All of them.
Top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com coming up next. There's some wild stuff out there today.
It's a busy day.
I'm pretty curious to see where we land in the top 3 stories.
It's a fun day.
Now, knowing Christian, it will be Broncos minicamp update at, probably at least number 2.
Yeah. We waiting that long?
Got to find out what Throw Picks is
Garrett
doing.
Bowles is doing a camp locally if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll lead with that.
You hating on Garrett Bowles now? Garrett Bowles catching strays? Shout out to him.
If he's leading off our
working
top 3 stories.
Working with the kids. I think that's cool. Wish he played for a different team. More next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. What do we have going on right here? Germany and Paraguay? All right. World Cup rolling on.
Brazil eliminated Japan earlier today, correct?
Yeah, coming from behind. We're going to get to more World Cup news. Some lady might be in deep trouble.
Deep trouble.
Some lady out there might be in deep trouble, and so we'll get to that coming up. All right, it's time for the top 3 stories of the day. KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore their expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start?
Number 1, the big news out this morning sounds like the Olden State Warriors have their eyes on LeBron and Anthony Davis reunion.
Yeah, the Golden Age Warriors. Yeah,
that's
brutal.
That's Skip Bayless's latest nickname.
I like
Olden State.
Olden State. That's pretty good.
So the goal apparently for Golden State is to trade for Anthony Davis from the Washington Wizards, and we just had a trade come down.
Well, break it. What are we doing?
Sorry, it just came across my Twitter. The Memphis Grizzlies are trading two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to the Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Good for the Trailblazers to get off of Jeremy Grant's deal because it's enormous. But everybody I talked to at the draft was just like, they literally can't give Ja Morant away. They cannot find a way to move off of Ja Morant. This is Tom Dundon being cheap because he didn't want to pay.
Oh, eating a monster contract just to get off Ja.
Yeah, didn't want to get. Well, Tom Dundon, the Trailblazers owner, didn't want to pay Jeremy Grant.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, fine, we'll take Ja. Sure. Do I save money? Happy to have it.
Does he? What's Ja's contract look like?
It's probably pretty big. I mean, these
I think
have to
it's
match
huge.
up. But I think it's shorter. I think Jeremy Grant had several years left on his deal.
There's
I'll
no
have
way.
to pull it up. But
There you go. Ja Morant on the move.
the Wizards obviously want to get rid of Anthony Davis if he won't sign a longer contract, or Anthony Davis's only interest in staying in Washington is if he can get a long-term contract, because he just saw Trae Young get the worst contract in the NBA, 4 years, $212 million. So now he wants his, or he wants to get traded. The Warriors think if they can get Anthony Davis, they can then lure LeBron from LA to come and sign there, and I do think that makes some sense.
All right, here's my hot take for you. You know, after this plays out, who their next big signing is going to be?
Who's that?
Jordan Clarkson.
Okay.
You know why?
Clutch?
They're going to get all Adele's has-been clients are going to be on the same team. Bring on Colin Sexton.
Sure.
I mean, they're going to get.
He has been rumored already to
there you
Golden
go.
State.
Yeah, all the has-been clients. Where did Adele move in now that the Lakers have kicked her out?
Hello.
Yeah, she went right up the freeway. She went right up the Pacific Coast Highway.
Head north.
She's moved in to a new franchise. All the has-been clutch clients are going to end up playing for the Golden State Warriors. I mean, how is that a good idea?
Yeah.
How is that a good idea? I could even talk myself into a 1-year rental of LeBron because Golden State's trying to stay relevant and you need one last gasp. And then I guess give him his retirement tour or whatever. But what is trading and then signing Anthony Davis do for you? Because he wants an extension. That's why he wants out of Washington. But what does that do for you? Nothing.
Nothing, no.
Nothing. Going to sit on the sidelines.
And then I would think they would re-sign Draymond. It'd be funny if they just left Draymond. So Draymond opted out of his contract, which was surprising to a lot of people because it does clear the room to get this done for Golden State. He would then obviously re-sign and be a part of this because he's not taking a haircut to not get this deal done. He obviously feels like there's a chance they could do this and then he comes back. By the way, Ja Morant makes 42 this year, 44 next year. Jeremy Grant makes 34 this year, 36 next year. So they include Chris Murray, who makes an extra 9. So actually the Trailblazers probably taken on $8 million over the next 2 years to make this trade.
El Cheapo is not saving money.
Not saving money.
And they both only have 2 years left on their deal.
I would guess there's got to be something else.
Like a pick?
Yeah, we find out there's got to be some picks or some cash or something.
And it looks like his deal is fully guaranteed in year 5. Oof. Ja Morant. Yikes. Yikes, Portland. So we'll see. But this is not, I mean, this is just a chance to recreate the Olympic team, you know, the gold medal team from a couple of years ago and let LeBron play with Steph and try and get that group together.
Hey, you know who's having a bad day? Scoot Henderson.
Oh, because Ja's there?
Yeah, he's never going to touch the ball again.
No, it's horrible. This is bad for the Trailblazers. We're going to miss the playoffs.
Well, they're trading for Jalen Brown.
They also want to trade for Jalen Brown. I don't know if this gets them closer.
No, but this fits into he wants them to stink and everybody to hate them so he can move it.
Yeah, that's part of it.
This does play into that. If that's a thing, which I believe it is, then there you go. All right. Ja Morant on the move. Breaking news here on the Jake and Ben Show. What's next?
Number 2, the Utah Jazz have officially extended the qualifying offer to Walker Kessler.
Now, the last move we were just talking about, not Ja Morant, but the Golden State Warriors super team actually fits into this storyline a little bit because if LeBron leaves the Lakers, they do have the cap space to go out and get Walker Kessler.
At a healthy price.
At a very healthy price. In fact, as much as they want to. They can get, I think they can clear up to like $50 million. It's a ton if they want to, and Walker can sign for up to $40 million. I would be very leery of any team paying Walker Kessler $40 million. I don't think anyone views him as a $40 million player. I'd be very surprised if he got $40 million. Wouldn't you rather have Mitch Robinson at a far more reasonable deal than Walker Kessler, $10 million overpaid? That would be my question for NBA front offices, and they are surely thinking about that as well. But if LeBron leaves, they will have the money. I do not expect a $40 million offer to be coming Walker's way. I don't think the Jazz expect a $40 million offer coming Walker's way.
Well, Rob Pelinka is terrible, and he is desperate to keep his job.
And Luka wants a player like Walker.
That's exactly what Luka wants.
Yeah.
Because he's too hefty to beat his guy on his own. Has to
or
have
to defend.
Yeah, has to
or
have,
to stop anyone from beating him and getting right to the rim.
Has to have a pick and roll guy. So I don't know. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that the Lakers wouldn't do something dumb, like overpaying a center because Luka really wants one. I saw a clip of, all these old NBA players doing all these podcasts. It's tough to keep them straight. But Pat Beverly told the story about how the Clippers offered him an extension at, I can't remember what he said. It was like $4 to $6 million a year. And he started complaining about it to Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi said, hey, hold on a minute. And then he called the Clippers. Next thing Pat Beverly knows, he's getting a call to come meet with Larry Frank. And all of a sudden, they're in the $9 to $12 million range.
Yeah.
Just because Kawhi Leonard made a phone call.
Yep.
So, I don't know. You know, we make jokes about Adele, but LeBron has been calling his own shots forever. I mean, this is not something that's new. So, if Walker Kessler is the guy and Mitch Robinson isn't, then I don't know. I wouldn't put it past the Lakers that would be a lot of pressure on Walker.
That's another thing I really worry about.
Yeah, but Luka makes centers look good. He does.
He does, absolutely.
He does. Those types of players make centers look good. Like James Harden makes centers look good.
Walker Kessler is going to end up being – he's going to take a lot of the hatred if the Lakers don't win at a high enough level if he ends up in L.A. And he didn't handle it particularly well in his freshman season at North Carolina, it doesn't sound like. He didn't handle it well when he went to the national team with FIBA. He didn't handle it well in his second season with the Jazz. He's not handling this particularly well, I don't think, hence having to come out and issue, to clear up the news, a social media post to let everyone know that he actually likes Utah. I'm really curious if that's what he's actually wanting.
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly,
the scapegoat in Los Angeles if the team doesn't win.
No, he wants the money, and his agent wants the money. So they're not thinking about any of that.
Yeah.
Not at all. By the way, more NBA news. The Hawks declining Jonathan Kuminga's $24.3 million team option, making him a free agent. Yeah. What did they give up for Kuminga? Do you remember?
Next to nothing, right?
Well, they're getting nothing in return.
Correct,
so whatever they gave up was a waste.
Warriors trade. I can't remember it being anything.
I wonder.
Buddy Hield. No,
Buddy
Jonathan
just
Kuminga
re-signed.
and Buddy Hield were sent to the Hawks for Kristaps.
Okay.
Kristaps, I don't know if he can play anymore.
Why not?
He didn't play last. He's been sick. He's had this weird illness for 2 straight years now. He's just not on the court ever. So he's like a weird health thing.
Any theories?
He has if I remember correctly, it's an autoimmune disease. But I don't know what it is. It's like truly keeping him off the court. It's not great.
Well, Kuminga, that was a great draft pick.
Good pick. Probably good the Jazz didn't trade Lowry for him.
Yeah, I don't know. They could get him now.
For free, and
Lowry's still on the team.
Yeah.
Rough. All right, what's next?
Number 3, the Utah Mammoth announced this morning they are bringing back Kailer Yamamoto on a 2-year deal, $1.175 million per.
Became a fan favorite. I thought played very well in the playoffs as well, or at least had some good moments in the playoffs. Just hyper aggressive, good third, fourth line forward. Goes out there, plays much bigger than his actual size. I think everyone will be happy to have Kailer Yamamoto back after losing J.J. Paterka over the weekend.
Signings like that kind of lead me to believe that they're hoping that he will be beat out.
Okay.
you don't have to sign him very much, but he has a lot of characteristics like you're talking about, where you don't mind playing him. You certainly don't mind having him in the locker room. He's not going to make the big mistake, any of that. But we talked on Friday at great length about all these young players coming up through the system. If he were to have his role replaced because somebody really overachieved out of nowhere, I bet that wouldn't hurt their feelings.
He was miscast at times, having to play on that second line with Cooley and Gunther as a top six forward.
Because Peterka didn't work out.
Because JJ didn't work out, and that was supposed to be JJ's role, but he wasn't good enough. But you put him up there. Now, you go into this offseason. Let's see what type of moves the Mammoth make. Free agency's not fully open yet. But do they go out and bring in somebody else? There have been a lot of names that have been, rumored that potentially the Mammoth could be interested in bringing someone else to that top six. Or, if Atija Ginla wins a starting job with developmental camp going on right now, one of these young guys wins a job and is ready to step in and play, Daniil Boot could be in that conversation. Then maybe you drop him down to the third line, fourth line if you have to, and you're happy to have him. He's great for that role, but if he has to moonlight in that on that second line, you're fine.
I guess that's kind of my point.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You've got a good player regardless, and if somebody's good enough to beat him out, then you're loving life.
Yeah, borderline starter. If you have to play him, you're fine, but if you don't, no one's heard about it.
0-0, Germany and Paraguay.
We should learn how to say both of those.
Germany.
What is 0 in Germany?
Niet.
9?
9. Niet, that's Russian.
9.
9, yeah.
0.
All right. Glad we got that out of the way. Stay tuned. More thrilling radio just like that.
That's the best.
Coming up next, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson. Now, every day from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Join Scotty G and the coach coming up tomorrow from 10 to 2 at Tim Daly Mazda in Sandy, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive. Ben, now I did not take in one single moment of WNBA basketball over the weekend.
Okay.
However, I think my WNBA fandom might be at an all-time high.
All right.
Because, I mean, if the salaciousness of this league is where we're headed, I'm all on board.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why you would let the star player in your league get absolutely cheap-shotted repeatedly every single night.
Yeah.
Which is happening. I guess it happened again over the... No, did it has she been back from the knee injury she sustained last week when they cheap-shotted her?
I don't know.
And the throat punch thing? But I was watching, what's her name? Sophie Cunningham? Is that her name? Caitlin Clark's teammate? And the point meme?
Yeah.
Were you guys watching the point meme all weekend?
Of course. Couldn't escape it.
Maybe the funniest meme ever. I mean, people really ran with it. It really was quite hilarious. And then she said, the other girl said, stop pointing at me. And then so she just pointed for 30 seconds, which is so funny.
Agreed.
And such a great, troll on the basketball court. I absolutely love it. And then, because social media is creepy and awful, since I watched that video a couple of times, all I did was get Sophie Cunningham stuff into my feed. And I was reminded that she was the one who was having an affair with the executive of the Phoenix Mercury.
Yeah, in Arizona.
And that's part of the reason that they traded her to Indiana, because of that salaciousness. Well, she appeared on a podcast talking trash about the Mercury and saying, I'm still close to people in that building. I've talked to people, and they all hate this team. And they all hate the players. They all hate this team.
Oh, that whole group is hated.
And
everything.
Then I'm just thinking to myself, I wonder who our source is in the team.
Yeah.
I wonder who that could be. But I'll tell you what, the salaciousness of this league is totally captivating me.
And
I'm all about it.
Look, it's not a lie that Larry and Magic saved the NBA. not because they were great players, but because those teams would fist fight each other all the time. And people are like, I got to watch Michael Cooper punch somebody. I want to see who's going to punch Kurt Rambis. Like, that sells. And I know we don't maybe recognize it in the moment, but like, no, the NBA is absolutely having a great time right now. And the Caitlin Clark stuff, while it's ugly, people are tuning in. People care. People want to know the storylines. People are starting to get to know the names. And it seems like every year there's a new superstar that's really is entering the league out of college because the money's now there. No, the WNBA is like, it's blossoming very quickly. And Caitlin Clark brought it with her. And now there's all these branches coming off of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, blossoming. I mean, that's rosy language. I think they have a star. And I think we are finding out more other characters in the game because they have. I mean, if you look at the TV ratings, people are only tuning in for Caitlin Clark still. I mean, that's. I can't remember. She got injured and didn't play. Let's see, was it last weekend or maybe it was this weekend? And the ratings were just like a 100th of what they are when she plays. I don't get why she gets treated that way by the other players and by the referees. And I know she's a crybaby. But Chris Paul was a crybaby, and he didn't get stabbed in the eye every time he went down the floor. Yep. He didn't get throat punched and all that sort of stuff, and the ref just said, play on, keep playing. I don't get that in the slightest. Right?
No, I'm with you. I would think they would protect her. The NBA started to protect Michael Jordan at a greater level because the Pistons and the Celtics and these teams were just trying to beat the hell out of him. And they recognized, it's actually really good to have Michael Jordan on TV.
Yeah.
Him being hurt is bad for us. Him breaking his foot in year 2 was bad for us. So, yeah, and I think they will. But, no, these storylines do. They make you familiar with the names of the league, which has always been a struggle for the WNBA. All of this helps.
Yeah, it does. I'm telling you, I like the salaciousness of the league all of a sudden has me intrigued.
Yeah.
And I want to see if Caitlin Clark actually survives.
Yeah, we'll see.
How far will this go?
Yeah.
How many times can the throat punch was one thing, but if you saw the other cheap shot in that game, and Ben, you were a little distracted. I wouldn't blame you if you saw it, but somebody slid under her blatantly on a 3, like right under her. I don't know if they were trying to hurt her, but they were kind of trying to hurt her.
Clearly a target on her back. Yes. Now, she plays very dirty as well, so it's all part of it. But, yeah, I think it's all good for the WNBA.
But that's Cunningham's rap, too, right? And she, tough guy, dirty player. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was a black belt in jiu-jitsu at age 12. And a place kicker in high school. That woman can do it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to make a bad joke there. Yeah, maybe, war at her welcome with
they've got a bunch of marketable players. She's one of them. Caitlin Clark's definitely one of them. Olivia Miles right now playing for the Lynx is absurdly good. Paige Beckers is absurdly good. Asia Wilson's the best female player we've ever seen. Like, it has juice. It has more juice than it's ever had before.
They released, did you see the WNBA put out a celebrating 30 years poster, included a lot of WNBA greats? And included a couple of modern players, like Angel Reese was on there and somebody else, but did not include not only Caitlin Clark, but didn't include all sorts of other legends. Yeah. Who's running things over there?
Yeah, no, it is a mess. They do need a better commissioner. No question about it. Commissioner has been embattled seemingly the whole time she's been there.
You should Google who was left off the 30th anniversary
I'll look it up.
graphic.
Yeah, I'll look
but it's, I mean, even not a, thorough WNBA fan would absolutely recognize a bunch of those names.
Put it on AI. Someone just said, get me the best players, and they missed everybody.
All right. We'll have more coming up next. We'll obviously talk some more NBA as a big trade has already happened today as John Morant is moving to Portland. But there's some stuff out there about Jalen Brown that we can get to as well. Stay tuned. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
We know her source. We know who it is. Mm-hmm. All right. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Like when Ben says I've been talking to people, I don't always know who his source is. I know who Sophie Cunningham's sources. I'm aware of where she is getting that information.
Yeah.
Ben, some NBA news and notes, and I do want to talk about Jalen Brown, and maybe, honestly, this is a precursor move, who knows. But the Grizzlies are sending Ja Morant to Portland in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. I have no idea why Portland would do this deal. It makes no sense to me.
Agreed.
Do they think that Ja is going to be a part of their core going forward?
Do they think Ja and Dame make sense at all?
Does anyone think Ja and Dame make sense at all?
It truly is one of the worst put-together rosters I've seen.
But I don't know if they're depending on Dame. I kind of doubt it. Coming back from a major injury, he's already not the youngest person in the world.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know if he's key to what they're doing next year. Maybe he is. I don't know. I wouldn't count on it.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of initially assumed, we were live on the air when this happened, and Ben, you were talking about, the El Cheapo at it again, saving money. Not really.
No, spending money.
Spending money. And they have been in the news linked to possibly trading for Jalen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was reading through the possible comp, and it's like nothing. I don't know. It's Scoot and a couple of other nobodies and some picks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Boston would actually do that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But maybe Portland is trying to flip it and make a splash. I don't really know. But some interesting stuff has come out about the possible market for Jalen Brown, and maybe that's why the comp is so crappy. Did you see the quote that it was out there? Bobby Marks dropped it. He said, this is what Bobby Marks said, "I had an analytics guy tell me we view Jalen as the 7th best player on a team."
Yeah.
He makes $1 zillion. I can't believe, you were surprised, and I was too, that Milwaukee passed on it and passed on him for a variety of assets that aren't that great from Miami. Is there a chance that the market around Jalen Brown really sucks and that Boston has significantly painted themselves into a corner because they can't bring that guy back? I mean, they can, but they can.
I have to think there's a market for Jalen Brown. In fact, I love the idea of him ending up in Denver. That would be as good a situation as I think you could find. Now, they may have to give up Aaron Gordon, and Aaron Gordon's kind of their glue guy. Now, Jalen Brown's a better player, but Aaron Gordon just does everything for them, adds a lot of shooting. He's become a very good shooter lately, but he's never on the floor. Jalen Brown's always on the floor. I certainly don't believe he's the 7th best player on a team. You can throw out your analytics model if that's what your analytics say. That doesn't make any sense. I honestly wonder if just the intel on the person is so bad, which is going on in, what he's saying to chat, when he's logging on to Twitch, and what he's kind of always just been like, just kind of, he's very political, which totally you're right. As an NBA player, you get to be as political as anybody else, but clearly there's a lot of Jalen Brown fandom within Jalen Brown himself. And I wonder if people just don't want to buy into that.
Yeah, not bringing that dominant personality and it's obviously what role he wants on a team. If you're going to trade for Jalen Brown and thinking, we'll slide him in as our 3rd guy.
Yeah.
That's not, he's not really open to
his
that.
Next spot, it seems like he wants it to be his team.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole thing, have you seen his family and stuff are going at Screamin' A and old Big Perk for criticizing him and what he said on the
Get Up
Swatch?
Oh, Twitch.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Talking to chat.
That he was throwing out there. He said that stuff. It's not them twisting
Correct.
his words. He said those things.
Correct.
And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if I don't think it's very smart to run down your teammate. And by making comments like that, you are running down your teammate. You're saying that this was your favorite season because it was all about you. And you overachieved. And you dragged the team into the 2nd best record in the East. And you loved it because you proved some sort of point to all the doubters out there that you have arrived and you are the man. Not Jason Tatum, but Jalen Brown. And you, even if you believe that, you had decided to say that? And I don't know, Ben. I've never been on the Swatch, but do you think you're like alone and speaking to nobody? I mean, did he think it was just going to disappear?
Streaming with you guys, chat.
Probably a little bit like you and I talking, where we get lost into just talking to each other or talking to Christian, not realizing that there actually is at least 10 or 11 people out there also listening to the show, which we appreciate all 10 of you. But I think you could probably get a little
you are aware of
little big.
You are aware of every word you say. So am I.
Sure, yes, I know how to edit myself.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There are lines that you're not going to cross. There are things about yourself that you're not going to talk about. You don't get so relaxed in here. And I'm glad we have a relaxed environment because I think we do. Yeah. But you're not going to get so relaxed in here that all of a sudden you're
start spouting off.
You're saying the name of Oliver's secret crush at school on the radio.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
When you were gone in the Outer Banks, I didn't close Friday's show by being like, this is the dream show for me. This has weirdly been my favorite week of radio I've ever done. I can't put my finger on it.
Streaming with you guys, chat.
Just cannot put my finger on what has been so good about all this.
Even if you believe that, you would never in a million years say it. So
I should have done that.
And if you do say it, I don't know what to tell you. That doesn't strike me as somebody who's really intelligent.
Correct.
It just doesn't.
Correct.
Donovan Mitchell, think of him what you will, but he handled his exit from Utah really well. Mm-hmm. He did. He handled his exit from Utah really well. He was not public about it. He was straight up with the franchise. I thought he handled it really, really well. Now, you could also say maybe the Celtics are poisoning the well here and haven't treated Jalen Brown very well. But to be so public about it, you can't turn around and criticize people for noticing. That's ridiculous.
Correct.
But on the other hand, Bobby Marks, who whatever analytic nerd, and this is why analytic nerds are the worst, whatever nerd he's talking to is an absolute moron.
Yeah.
To say that Jalen Brown is the 7th best player on the team is crazy and wild. And you should, if you're Bobby Marks, you should lose that clown's number immediately.
Certainly never repeat that.
That is such a wild assessment of a really, really good player. Wild.
Yeah, really good player.
Really good player.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's better than Jason Tatum. Probably not. I don't know if he's good enough to be the top player on the title team. Maybe. I mean, the dude's out to
It's a Finals MVP.
Prove everybody wrong. But I'll tell you what, he is not the 7th best player on any team.
No.
There's not one team in the NBA that he is the 7th best player.
He's closer to being the 7th best player in the NBA than he is the 7th best player on any team.
Way closer.
Yeah.
No, I think if there's no market for Jalen Brown, it's because of his price tag. And it's because that all of a sudden trades have gotten weird in the NBA because people don't know exactly how much value to put in picks. And players that make that kind of money are tough to trade because you have to find another player that makes that kind of money.
I think he will get traded. I think the Celtics will get a good return. I'm not sure it's going to be like this crazy elite package for exactly what you're saying. It's really hard to pay guys a lot of money. It's hard to pay guys a lot of money when you don't know exactly how much you're going to owe them going forward and then what role they're going to play. A little more breaking news this time.
What a Monday.
Involving the Utah Jazz.
Okay.
Free agent center Jusuf Nurkic intends to sign a 2-year, $22 million contract to return to the Utah Jazz. Nurk thrived in Will Hardy's system and was excited about the Jazz's new-look roster. So this is good insurance for Walker Kessler if Walker leaves. I don't think one indicates the other still.
Why? I mean, he's going to be incredible next year.
The beak?
Yeah, he got the beak fixed, dude. Nurk can finally breathe. What is the vet minimum in the NBA right now?
$4 million when you've played as long as Nurk has?
3.5.
Yeah.
This seems high to me.
I've always thought he was going to have a market. Nurk's a good player. I know Nurk's a strange player. This was before he could breathe. Nurk is like very effective at what he does. He's probably the best backup center in the NBA if he's your backup. Now, if he's your starter, he might be the worst starter in the NBA, other than teams that are like clearly tanking and don't care at all. But he's like a very useful player. There's a thing about Nurk. He really liked being in Utah. Jazz clearly liked him. I had said this, and I wouldn't underrate this part of it. Like, everybody talked about, especially the guards last year on the Jazz roster, talked about, like, I come off of a Nurk screen, and there's just space everywhere. I'm just wide open every single time. And Devin Booker, though he didn't last very long in Phoenix, enjoyed this about Nurk as well. C.J. McCollum and Dame both really benefited from playing next to Nurk up in Portland. he just really creates a lot of space for you as a dribble handoff guy, as a screener, as a floor spacer. And he's really good insurance for Walker Kessler if Walker does not end up in Utah.
Oh, I don't think he's that. He's not going to be their starter.
I can't imagine.
No, but shout out to Adele. I think getting him 2 years guaranteed is really is probably the kicker right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bosnian Beak is back.
I'm curious if it's a full 2-year guarantee.
That would make more sense if
I could see a 1-and-1 team option for year 2. He gets a big payday. Jazz will say, great, we'll give you your $11 million, probably more than he's getting anywhere else. And if you pick him up for year 2, it's certainly more money than anyone's offering him.
He is big and heavy, which is what you're talking about with your screen assists and handoffs and that sort of thing. He is big and heavy. And one thing with Wemby, if you're talking about playing against this big guy, is if you lean on him, that seems to be the best defense against that. Get somebody big and heavy who's just going to lean on him for a long time and make him work. So, and he fit in well here. He did not call Will Hardy an alcoholic. He did do that.
He did that to Bud.
To Coach Bud. Coach Bud might need a new nickname.
Coach Budweiser?
Coach Bud might need to.
Coach Bud Light?
Coach Bud might need to find a different nickname. Because Nurk did out him as an alcoholic. So
correct. In fact, he really raved about playing for Will Hardy.
It was in Bosnian, so we think
correct.
That's what he said.
If I'm Darryn Peterson, I love this news. Honestly, I love this news. I'm going to come off of a screen and I'm going to be wide open, and it's going to make my life really easy to shoot. And yeah, it's a good hedge for Walker if Walker doesn't come back, but I don't think this is an indication that the Jazz don't expect Walker to be back.
No, this is their backup center.
Yeah.
So Phil doesn't have to do it full time.
Correct. Because he's not a 5.
Because he really isn't. Although I think he can wrong foot the other team by playing 5 minutes. I do think he proved that last year, but he's not. He is not that, and Nurk can be. So there you go. 2 years, $22 million, and he's going to be breathing right and leaning on Wemby and hogging the ball all year for the next 2 years.
Yep.
But I would say if the Jazz are trying to win, do not anticipate old triple-double Nurk. I don't think that's going to be his role.
No, I don't think it should be his role. He should be out there for 15 minutes a night.
What did he shoot from the line last year, Ben? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't.
I shouldn't ask you questions that I don't
know.
Nurk
was 55% from the free throw line last
year. I might have wanted a better free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Because you know what? There's a chance.
That was weird. He could not make free throws.
There's a chance you can't play Walker Kessler at the end of games because he sucks from the line.
Yeah.
So
you might just go small. You might put Triple J at the 5.
But then you can't rebound.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe a backup center that shot a little bit better from the line would be ideal, because if there is a reason Walker can't play at the end of games, it's that. And Walker did shoot better from the line last year, but he only played 5 games.
Yeah. So no, this is insurance. Austin Ainge he answered one of DJ's questions at the press conference on Saturday. DJ asked him what the Jazz need to do, and he basically said, I'm not going to say anything. However, we do need some centers. We don't have any centers on the team. So Jazz still have space to spend more money, but this is a big chunk. This has got to be coming out of the mid-level exception, I would imagine, which is like $20 million, and you can break it up. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So they probably don't have a ton of money left over.
And we also didn't get to the news, and this came down a few minutes ago too, that San Antonio has agreed to sign a new 3-year, $45 million contract with Julian Champagnie. Which, man, that's a great signing for them. What does that work out per?
15? What did they, 3 years, 45?
That is,
is that
yeah.
What it was?
That is a deal for that dude. He can guard and knock down shooter?
Yeah, you got to have that guy. You got to have guys who hit shots. And he proved to be, again, I always worry about this a little bit. It's like Royce O'Neal. When Royce O'Neal was making no money, everyone thought he was, the best contract in the NBA. Obviously, he was close to it. And then you get paid, and all of a sudden people really start to watch you more closely.
Except for Julian Champagnie still not making any money.
No, it's not. $15 million is not a ton, especially as a starter.
That's not a crazy contract.
He's proven to be a starter.
At all.
No. But they've
In fact, he should fire his agent.
They've paid Devin Vassell. They're going to have to pay Wemby. They just have to pay all these guys. It gets expensive quickly.
Especially when you have De'Aaron Fox on your team.
Yeah.
Rough.
Right.
No, I that's a great number for that guy.
Mm-hmm. And
or
if
a
you
great
have
number
to,
for San Antonio.
And if you have to trade him, you trade him. Because that is such an easy contract to swallow, for sure.
But
Jazz are hoping Blake Hinson turns into that. That's what Blake Hinson was on a two-way, is on a two-way. I think he's going to be playing in the summer league this year. Shed a bunch of weight, is my understanding. Like, you hope he just becomes a knockdown three-point shooter who guards a little bit, and then you sign him for nothing, and he allows you to keep other guys on your roster because he doesn't sign a $30 million contract.
Well, there you go. That's a good deal for them. And Nurk is coming back to Salt Lake. Man, he was butt kissing big time at the end of last year to put himself in.
He made it very well known that he was happy to be in Utah.
Which is the game you got to play when you're playing the game of reserves. You got to be pleasant to. It's why Kevin Love's still in the league. I personally think it was a bit of a. Man, maybe the Jazz re-signed Kevin Love, but I kind of doubt it.
After this, I kind of doubt it.
I don't think Kevin Love's going to be playing next year.
In Utah?
Period.
You don't think he's in the NBA?
Oh,
I bet he's in the NBA. But
I think if there was a team that wanted him or had a role for him at all, he would have been moved last year or waived.
Maybe.
They would have done what they did for Jordan Clarkson for Kevin Love.
You're right. He might not get signed until September. He might be one of that, just like we're truly in the dead period. Nothing's going on. Oh, look, Kevin Love is keeping his career alive with the Toronto Raptors. Something, minor.
Nurk has to get his rhinoplasty touched up, and Kevin gets signed.
Miss a couple of weeks.
Yeah, right, to replace him.
So, anyways, I think Jazz fans liked Nurk last year. This probably takes them out of the running for any of these other Rob Williams, Mitchell Robinson, unless you sign one of those guys to be your starter. And then Nurk comes off the bench and you say, yeah, you guys are each going to play 24 minutes and have two totally different looks. One of them's a defensive player and one of them's an offensive player, and you just have some guys who run pick and roll and some guys who don't. So there's certainly some layers to this. If I had to grade it, I would say I think it's a good move for the Jazz. I think this is smart. What do
you make of the Laker rumor? You think the Lakers blow it out, let LeBron go, and blow it out for Walker? Because who else is out there, dude?
You're right. It is Mitchell Robinson. Like that.
And he's not better than Walker.
I don't think he's better than Walker. I don't know if he's way worse than Walker. He does the same thing. He's an elite offensive rebounder. He might be the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. He's like a pretty good rim protector. He doesn't stay very healthy. He can't make a free throw to save his life. He's mostly a lob catcher. Luka would really make him look good. The question is, does he cost $18 million less than Walker? And that's where, if I'm the Lakers, I might be interested. Because, again, the Lakers don't – if Rui Hachimura's gone and LeBron's gone, Marcus Smart opted out today, they have, Austin Reeves, Luka, Adu Thiero, who they drafted and never played. Who cares?
DeAndre Ayton picked up his
option. That roster needs so much help. You're getting Walker to, do that? If I'm just reading the tea leaves across the NBA, I really value depth. I'd rather have two guys making $20 million each than Walker at 40. And you're going to have to pay Walker an absurd number to get him out of Utah. And there might not be a number to get him out of Utah. And I broke this down, this is where the Jazz have a real advantage. The Lakers can't even sign Walker officially until July 8th. Free agency opens tomorrow night. They would have to reserve $40 million of roster building for 8 days while the rest of the league gets sucked up and finds homes to sign Walker Kessler. Mm-hmm. It's just Walker is really doing kind of the Dante Exum thing where he's really benefiting from being a mystery all of a sudden. Dante didn't play his freshman season. Everyone's like, he's the mystery man of the draft. We'll make him number 5 overall. Had he played at Indiana, he might have dropped to 20th, Walker, weirdly, this injury might be helping him.
I don't disagree with that. You were talking about all that logic, but do you know who you are not, Ben? You are not Rob Pelinka trying to please Luka Doncic.
Correct. Or the new owners.
This might be a situation where Walker all of a sudden is the kind of only option for the Lakers, or at least only sellable option, and that's important to Rob Pelinka.
Yep.
As you can frame Walker Kessler as we got the best young big in the game. You might be fibbing, but the Lakers can sell that.
Correct.
And you say, we have so much faith in this guy, we're going to give him all this dough to get him out of Utah because we know he is the world's perfect pairing to go with Luka Doncic. Mm-hmm. Whether that's true or not, we could sit here and debate it. But if Luka, who they've got to move into the we got to please Luka realm, if Luka wants a big to play pick and roll with, they better go get him a big. And DeAndre Ayton is not that.
No, DeAndre Ayton proved to not be that last year. So, yeah, absolutely. And again, new owner goes and gets Ja Morant. New owner goes and gets Walker Kessler. And I'm not comparing Walker to Ja Morant, but there is a desire to make a splash, regardless of whether it's a good splash or a bad one. New owners do make weird, drunken decisions.
And you know what? Snatching a restricted free agent is kind of a flex.
Yeah, for sure. But, man, the money you would have to pay Walker to get him out of Utah feels like a lot.
Does it? I wonder what Utah's line is.
Well, they can only offer 4 years, so the Jazz would shave a year off. Jazz are the only team that can offer him 5, I believe.
Which he probably wouldn't want.
He probably doesn't want anyways. You're right. But, I don't know, somebody to give him 4 years, $210 million, whatever. I think he can make up to 45. I don't think you're giving him 45.
No, but what's their line?
Yeah. I don't know.
30, 35? I mean, we've talked to her blue in the face.
I'd be very surprised if 30 was the line.
If you can't overpay players, that's the big no-no in the NBA these days. What's their line?
Yeah.
I watched the Jazz let Wes Matthews go to the Blazers. I mean, we've seen restricted free agents leave and not get matched. Jalen Duren, I bet's not playing for the Pistons next year.
You don't think?
I don't know. Not looking good.
I still think anyone's going to offer him money either.
And maybe
You
Duren.
either pay Walker or you pay Duren. There's not that big of a market for centers is the problem. Day'Ron Sharpe got signed today by the Nets. Now, they still have the money to do it, and he actually signed for a very similar number to what Nurk just got. But, are the Nets going to go out and give Walker $40 million? I'd be surprised. So, I don't know. It's the Lakers or nobody is my guess.
Well, yeah, there are very few teams with any room.
Yeah.
So, unless he signs for the mid-level, why would he do that? The Jazz offer is already more than that.
Yeah, correct.
I'll be curious. There will be a lot of pressure though if he signed in LA and the Jazz did not match because the price tag was so much. I mean, all of a sudden he would be
under a microscope that he's never dealt with before.
All right, Ben. Coming up right around the corner, we'll talk a little World Cup because there's somebody out there who may have really done everybody a disservice.
Okay.
And it involves a story that we've been following closely. So we will get to that coming up next. Stay tuned. It's the Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Your home for the best sports radio for your afternoon drive is right here. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We're teaming up with Beehive Meals to honor people that impact youth sports in our communities. Nominate the youth sports volunteer you know for the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week at kslsports.com/contests. And listen every Thursday afternoon to this show, Jake and Ben, for the winner. It's the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week.
Paraguay is up on Germany 1-0.
The Germans.
The halftime? I think it's halftime. Okay.
All right. There you go. I'm always rooting against Germany. Go Paraguay.
Always?
I don't know.
They're our allies.
No, that's fine. But I mean, they're like a big time Europe soccer country?
The soccer team.
Do you root for
not Angela Merkel,
who is no longer their
she's not
prime minister? No, it's a different guy. It's a guy now.
It's a man now.
Yes, it is not Angela Merkel. Though she was there for
hot minute
for quite some time. Yeah. But anyway, Ben, there's a reporter out there. She is a reporter and fill-in anchor for ABC 7 in Los Angeles. Her name is Abigail Velez. And she's had a couple of interesting comments. Let's play these first, talking about the Turkish team and that game.
Okay, and the big question tonight is whether team captain Christian Pulisic is going to start this match after being out in the last one due to a calf injury. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Okay, hot take. No Pulisic, no problem. That's because whatever happens at tonight's match, Team USA is going to advance. That's because they had huge wins over Australia and Paraguay. So tonight is really about hanging out, having a good time, and enjoying the company. And while I'm at it, the only turkey that I'm concerned about is at Thanksgiving. Honey, Team USA all the way. Come on, Team USA. Let's go.
How did Team USA do against Turkey?
They lost in humiliating fashion.
She nailed the Paraguay pronunciation, by the way.
Why is she so worried about her Thanksgiving turkey? The only turkey I'm worried about is at Thanksgiving.
First of all, turkey, eh? Get it right.
Turkey. Did you watch we talked about it on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Getting
horrendous.
Nutmegged. Mm-hmm. The best player getting humiliated.
It looked bad.
So, Miss Velez was not done, though. She ended up having some comments about our beloved Bosnia and Herzegovina team.
The Beaks.
Then we've adapted them because they are based out of Salt Lake. This is their home base here during the World Cup. And we've nicknamed them the Bosnian Beaks in honor of Jazz re-signee Jusuf Nurkic and his reconstructed nose. So we've been pulling for Bosnia and Herzegovina. We're a little conflicted on this show about it. But here's what she had to say about that.
Okay, the next round, Team USA will play Bosnia next Wednesday. And one thing about Bosnia, I could not point out where it is on a map. I don't know the first thing about Bosnia, and I don't want to know. That's because Team USA, we're back, we're better than ever. That's next Wednesday. Get prepared, Bosnia, because you don't want it. You don't want it like that. But you're going to get it. That's next Wednesday. We're now reporting live in Long Beach. Abigail Velez, ABC 7.
Like that?
So that was a report.
Okay.
It was picked up by the Beaks' official Twitter account.
Okay.
At Bosnia NT Ball.
Okay.
Bosnian football.
Uh-huh.
They retweeted it, and they said, "My goodness, the stereotypes write themselves." And then a shrug. And it went viral.
It did go viral.
It got picked up a lot of places. And this lady had to release let me find it. She had to release an apology, Ben, an official apology, and I just lost it.
In a poor effort to have a little fun with World Cup competition, I took it too far and made a thoughtless comment on air that was insensitive and inappropriate. I apologize for the people of Bosnia and Bosnian football team. The World Cup is supposed to be about uniting communities around the world, and my comment didn't reflect that spirit. Wishing all the teams the very best as they continue their World Cup journey.
Somebody online added that admitting that you don't know where something is on a map is not it's not
a flex.
Is not the burn that you think it
Correct.
is.
You know where Bosnia is?
I do.
Okay. Right over by Croatia.
If you handed me a blank map of Europe and said,
you know where
point it
Tunisia
out,
was, which I was very surprised by. That was not because I don't trust you, but because my geography is so poor. Which is not a flex either. No,
but you would probably, even if you picked out a neighboring country, you'd probably be in the neighborhood, I'm guessing, of Bosnia.
Yeah, if you gave me an area,
and honestly,
I could find it.
If you grew up in the era that I did, it was absolutely relevant.
Hugely relevant.
After the fall of the Eastern Bloc countries.
We have a huge Bosnian population in Salt Lake.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of kids that came in.
So there's a lot of people of my age that are actually quite familiar with Bosnia and Herzegovina. So, but this young gal is like 15. She doesn't know. I mean, she's like Christian. She has no idea. Christian's like, Bosnia what?
She better be absolutely praying that Team USA wipes the floor with Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh, dude, if Team USA loses, she is in real trouble.
She's going to be the face of that loss.
Yes, she will.
Every Bosnian Twitter fan, and rightfully so, is going to go right after her. It's going to be her entire
like Jake with
identity.
Texas Tech.
Exactly right. She's going to wake up. She's going to go on vacation to a bunch of good morning to everybody except Abigail Velez.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, she's now giving locker room material to the Beaks.
Correct.
Now I'm sure the coach is playing that video for them left and right. And now they're going to go out and play like their hair's on fire.
And yes.
And the U.S. will become allergic to scoring goals again. And Pulisic will get nutmegged. And all of a sudden the Beaks will end the run.
That is the reputation of Americans for some people. That was not the most flattering. Now, look, that wasn't the most offensive thing anyone could say. That wasn't particularly offensive. Not a flex that she thought it was. But... yeah, don't give the other teams motivation. This is like one of the few times everyone in our country seems to really rally behind something.
In fact, when I was getting run over by the Raiders fans, somebody tagged Joey Maguire in one of their responses and said, "Play this for the team."
Which you and I would love.
Some guy in Salt Lake calling them bozos.
Nothing would make you or I more insufferable than learning that Joey McGuire played our radio show before a Utah-Texas Tech game.
Especially when I was calling their administration bozos and not the players themselves. Yeah, I would. I'd tell everybody
They'd be in our obituaries.
Yeah. And guess what? A college
the peak
coach,
of his career came
when a college coach played a clip of him ranting in the locker room. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
But Abigail, if Team USA gets beaked, you're going to be in trouble.
Real trouble. You think she'll get canned? I hope not.
I would bet, based already, unfortunately, that they are looking at her replacement when her next contract.
Already?
When her contract is over, yeah.
I mean, that's fairly
benign.
harmless.
It's fairly benign. You're right. And still, you don't want your news reporter going viral for anything other than doing their job well. This is pretty...
But who knew the Beaks were going to pick it up? She's some local reporter. This isn't even on the like Fox broadcast. You know, this isn't Alexi Lawless saying it or something like that. It's some gal who's probably, I'm guessing,
Like that?
not even affiliated with sports. She's just, let me tell you, if you've ever gone to a sports press conference where news people show up, they ask the wildest stuff because they're not
in the
sports
group.
people. You know, they're not into the, I mean, then you get Shauna Lake asking Kyle Korver where he lives and marching
how he feels about PB&Js.
Her kid out there to give him a PB&J. But even at that press conference where the Jazz traded for Korver, she asked a question, or somebody did. I mean, I shouldn't say it was her. Some newsy person said, "Did you know that people say you look like Kyle Korver?" It came up in the press conference. So you send a news reporter down to pretend like she cares about sports. I don't know. I'm not surprised.
No, honestly, her editor or producer, probably after the turkey burn, should have said, "Hey, cool it with the editorial stuff. Well, just say go Team USA."
But what else is she down there to do?
Yeah, we'll get some fan reaction. Show the highlight clip of the fan reaction, which she probably did. That's generally how those stories work. But then, yeah, she brought her own editorial to it, which I think probably upset some people.
But see, that's not that big a deal.
No, it was
She's
not. I'm
saying,
with
"Go
you.
Team
I'm
USA."
with you. But that's not all she said. She said, the only turkey I'm worried about is my one on Thanksgiving dinner, which, again, is not a huge deal.
It's not a huge deal.
But you do have to be prepared for the idea that, especially in this situation, you could go viral.
But if they lose, somebody's going to burn down her house or something.
Yeah,
you know, all her personal info is going to get out there because that's what always happens now. And her life is going to be over.
Yes, it will be.
Not as in she's going to be deceased, but as in she's going to have to find a new line of work.
Okay, but we were just talking about this. Like, why my brain is blanking now, and why we were just talking about this. It was literally 15 minutes ago. We are aware of what we do and don't say on the radio.
Uh-huh.
You got to be aware of that.
Yeah.
She needs to be aware of what she's saying on the radio, or on TV. Saying, "I don't know where Bosnia and Herzegovina is on a map, and you don't want any of this," is inflammatory.
That's not inflammatory.
It's a little inflammatory.
In that language. If anything, she's just broadcasting how dumb we are, which is why
and how dumb she is.
And which is why they went to the so many stereotypes thing.
I'm not
that
doxing
is us.
her. I'm not the one going out here to dox her.
Oh, I'd gladly give out her address.
But
she deserves it.
Yes, I do think this will cost her her next contract. And then we'll see. We'll see. The Beaks are going to come out fired up. Again, to reset, the Beaks are because new again jazz man, Jusuf Nurkic, had surgery on his nose.
He did?
His beak, the Bosnian beak, which is now his nickname.
Out for several months because of it said on the injury report, nose.
No, that's all it said, nose. We didn't know what happened. We didn't know if he got his, face shattered or what.
And then he got surgery for it.
He got surgery on his nose. And we didn't know if it was purely for appearance or what. And then we found out it was a sinus issue.
And now he can finally breathe.
He can finally breathe.
He's been dealing with it for years.
But he's the Bosnian beak. And our second favorite, I think that's fair to say, World Cup team, because they are practicing in Harriman, is Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've made Utah their home base.
They're basically our fellow Utahns.
We dubbed them the Beaks.
We did.
In honor of Jusuf Nurkic. Namely, Jusuf Nurkic's nose surgery.
It does take a couple of steps to get there. but that's why we call
All the
them
best
the Beaks.
nicknames do.
Absolutely. And by the way, now that the Beak is coming back, we can keep that great drop.
I
We
can't-
could even
I'm
play the
glad.
song again.
That would have been sad. Been sad to lose that one.
It would have been.
Some of them I'm okay that we've lost, and I'm not going to name any, but I like that we get to keep the Beaks around.
Well, that's why it took me so long to play it initially, because it wasn't on my page, because I didn't know the situation.
Yeah,
Right?
it was a free agent.
Yeah.
That clip was a free agent.
Now I have already moved it back to the drops page.
Put it right there. Nurk's going to be a big topic of conversation, as most backup centers are around here.
Quickly, Yossi Goslin, who does really good cap stuff. I will tell you, like, the thing I know the least about in the NBA is like all the salary cap rules. I try and relearn it every summer, and the second the team is like finalized, it all gets washed out of my brain because there's so many rules. The Jazz, after signing Jusuf Nurkic, project to still have $38.5 million under the luxury tax to sign Walker Kessler while still using the $15 million mid-level exception. So still quite a bit of flexibility for the Jazz. They are not up against it.
Well, they will be after the Lakers sign that big deal to Walker.
Yeah, they could be.
As soon as the Lakers max out Walker, they're going to be in a real pickle.
Yeah. But I have learned that the Nurkic signing has absolutely nothing to do with Walker Kessler.
No,
Nothing's changed for the Jazz on the Walker Kessler front.
I wouldn't think so. Why would it?
Yeah, you would hope not.
No, I don't think this has anything to do with Walker. Nurk is a backup center in the league at this point in his career, and he's going to be with the Jazz.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, stay tuned. We'll see. Well, Team USA plays on Wednesday
Yes, sir.
in San Francisco. Does that mean we have another super late game? I've seen a bunch of the other fans from other parts of the world complaining about weird. It's gonna be at 6. Complaining about weird start times for their teams. Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yeah, right. Every Olympics.
Every Olympics, every World Cup, we're setting our alarms for 2:00 in the morning. Spare me your complaining for 10
couldn't
minutes.
care any less. That's what I don't care about.
What, does some bro in Belgium has to go out of his way to watch his team?
If Bosnia and Herzegovina is complaining about having to wake up early to watch the team, I do not care. I do care about where they are on the map, but I don't care if they have to get up early to watch a game. It's a soccer game. You don't have to watch it. It's soccer. It's sports. You don't have to watch them at all if you don't want to.
No, but people are passionate.
People are
Ben,
passionate.
and they like to sleep in. So they're going to go to the talk snap, and they're going to complain about it, just like we do here in America.
Sure.
Way to go, lady. Way to fire up the opposition.
Abigail,
You're in real trouble. I feel bad for her, honestly.
Team USA better win.
She's going to end up a pariah.
Are you feeling confident?
I have no idea.
I'm not at all.
I mean, I don't think they looked particularly good against Turkey.
Yep, I'm with you.
That was a brutal way to lose.
Yep.
All right. More Jake and Ben coming up next. Stay tuned. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All systems go. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson. Now, every day from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Man, he's going to be a different player next year.
Yes, he is.
He can finally breathe, dude.
Rim runner.
Rim runner. You thought he was a triple-double machine before.
Yeah.
Want to remind you, join Scotty G and the coach coming up tomorrow from 10 to 2 at Tim Daly Mazda in Sandy, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive. If you are just joining us, Nurk and his rebuilt nose are back, or is back, for next season. Signs
No, It's both of them.
Whatever.
It's the man and the
Nurk
nose.
and his nose.
The man and the
Yeah,
beak.
both. 2 years, $22 million. We don't know exactly option-wise what the second year looks like, but there you go. 11 per for the Bosnian beak. People are going to love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ben,
Shout out Nurk.
speaking of Ben, did you see that Ben Simmons plans on trying to make a comeback
Oh, let's hope so.
after sitting out this season? He was
You know
talking
what?
to Men's Health.
Okay.
Said he needed to get away to find himself again.
How you know he's washed?
Here's what he said. He said, I plan on getting as strong as I can physically, getting my backside on the court, and then the team realizing that my abilities will be needed, said Simmons.
You ever known anyone who reads Men's Health?
No.
Yeah, same. No, it's out there. It's around. I just wonder who subscribes to Men's Health. I didn't know if you knew anybody.
He drops out there. He says, I don't have a plan on where. Maybe I'll go back to Philly. Miami would be nice, and not because it's Miami. I like Eric Spoelstra. I like the Heat. I like their organization. I like the culture.
Yeah, I'm not sure he gets to pick his landing spot. Poor Ben Simmons. I guess he's trying to earn money a real way. That's good.
Well, he was a fisherman there for a minute.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I did.
He was doing like competitions and stuff.
Okay. Good for him. Well, I don't think he's going to be back. I'd be surprised if he's in the NBA next year. Maybe. He's still very tall. But yeah, I've rarely seen, if ever, anyone absolutely just like have their career collapse around them the way Ben Simmons seemingly imposed a career collapse on himself.
I think it was an emperor has no clothes kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't think he was ever good.
Okay.
I think he talked himself into a role on a team that kind of made that illusion a little bit more possible. And then one day people were like, when it was that time he passed on a layup in the playoffs, everybody said, wait a minute, this guy isn't any good.
Yeah.
And then it spiraled on him and he didn't know how to handle it because he's like, oh, wait, everybody's been telling me how good I was for my entire life. And now people finally realize that's not true. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to smuggle a phone into practice so Doc Rivers thinks I'm a crazy person.
The league just violently passed him by. You know, a non-shooter who needs the ball a lot is a really difficult sell in today's NBA, especially if they're going to be making huge money. Now, if he wants to be Kyle Filipowski, I think there's actually real value there. And even Flip can shoot. So that's
Phil's
the problem.
a way better shooter
yeah,
than
Flip's
he
like
is.
a way better shooter. So
I don't think he could be Phil, honestly.
But if he wants to operate at the nail for 12 minutes a night, and you can kind of give him the ball and he can set some screens and maybe play some defense on the other side, there could be value. But you're also talking about $3.75 million. You're not talking about a guy who's making $18 million a year. So
his best role would be putting on 100 pounds and trying to be Jalen Duren. I'm not kidding.
Just totally comes back looking different.
He should. I mean, that's
different human being.
if he wants his best possible future in the NBA.
Yeah, he's a 4-5. Again, the Flip. He is a 4-5, and he doesn't shoot at all, so he's not even Flip.
But the good news is he's good at the line.
He's afraid to get into the paint because if you foul him, he doesn't want to shoot free throws. I mean, that's where the league just totally passed him by. He doesn't want to get into the paint and score because he's terrified of getting fouled. Because then he has to go Mitch Robinson at the free throw line, and he's going to embarrass himself.
But that was always true. That was
always
not
true,
some new development.
Correct. But it did take a real major leap forward with that series, and then he never got back to it. So, no, I don't think they're welcoming him back in. Also, we haven't touched on this. Malik Beasley and Ed Davis probably not being welcomed back into the NBA.
I know. I was thinking maybe we need a little bit more time to crunch into that one.
Let's do it.
But we can talk about that one coming up at 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of Jazz players really having a bad day today.
Really bad. Not Nurk.
No, not Nurk. He's
Nurk can breathe and eat.
Oh, Nurk's having a great day. Are you kidding?
Nurk did just take a haircut. $18 million a year to $11 million probably feels like a real pay decrease.
So what's the pay decrease there? $7 million per?
$7 million.
What if he went down to 0? Would that
Sure.
be bad?
11's way better than 0.
Dude, if Nurk was complaining about a haircut today, I would have his head examined. Be like, dude, you got to sit down.
No one likes making less money. Nobody.
But is it understandable?
Of course, he knows this is the great deal. He didn't even hit free agency.
Right.
Yeah, this was a good move by Nurk.
He didn't even have to play his way onto a roster or any of that stuff. He's staying right with the franchise that had him last year.
Yep.
And he's making above the vet minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So he should be pretty fired up about the whole thing. There's no way. I mean, man, Nurk should be celebrating right now.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he is.
You know what he should do? He should go find his countrymen down there in Harriman. I don't even know if Nurk's in town. Probably not. But he should go down to Harriman and celebrate down there.
Yep.
With the Beaks.
Buy everyone coffee or whatever. Nurk's a coffee guy. It's his thing.
He's a big coffee dude?
When we first interviewed him, right after the trade, first thing he said was, I'm going to go find a coffee shop. So, great. You might be disappointed.
Can we ask him about Coach Budenholzer at Media Day?
You should.
You think I'd get in trouble?
No, I think it's a good way for you guys to kick things off together. Nurk's funny. I really enjoy Nurk. I think he's been enjoyable to talk to. So he'd talk about it. Clearly,
he would.
He's not afraid to talk about it.
What do you think about old Mike Budenholzer? What are you talking? He had like a bottle rolling around in his desk or what? I mean, was
Did he smell like it?
Was it like Adam? Did he hide it? It wasn't like Adam Gase, like openly doing cocaine in the Jets front office, or the Jets facility.
Yeah. Is he wearing sunglasses to work?
Right.
Car's always parked slightly astray.
Oh, it's so not funny to joke about. It's really not. Get some help, Coach Bud, if that's what you need.
Adam Gase is on that coquina.
Well, Jake, you built yourself quite a little radio show here, haven't you?
Those drops are so incredible. So incredible. And you know what? It's so funny. It's a lesson that you should just believe your eyes. When you see something and you think, wow, that guy's got to be on cocaine, just assume it's true.
Yeah.
Because 2 years down the road, or down the line, who was that again? It was
it's the running back.
Le'Veon Bell, who was talking about, and said there was more funny stuff in there where he said about he did the exact opposite of what you should do. Where is he working now?
Gase?
Yeah.
Chargers?
Oh, L.A. is a bad town for him to be working.
Isn't he the quarterback's coach for the Chargers? Offensive assistant, focusing on the passing game.
Okay.
It's really focused.
I've
never seen anyone more focused in my life.
That's a volunteer
this guy
position.
Is not sleeping at all. It's crazy.
That's not even a job. What did you say?
All hours of the night.
He's assistant coach with a passing game focus?
Offensive specialist.
Man, I bet you that doesn't even come with benefits. Do you think you get a salary for that job?
Offensive assistant focused on the passing game. You can probably, it's probably a 1099 thing. He sends them an invoice every couple of weeks. Hopes they pay him 6 weeks later.
Yeah, he should have. Not L.A., dude. Go somewhere else. Bad news. Hey, let's keep it sober on the job out there.
Yeah. Message
to everybody. Words to live by. All right, stay tuned. We will have more coming up next. We're going to explore some highlights from the Darryn Peterson introductory press conference coming up next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Just doing it big, you know.
Your home for the best sports radio for your afternoon drive is right here. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. Thank you for making us a part of your day.
Before we get to the sound from Darryn Peterson, which was on Saturday, what were your thoughts on the crazy weekend from the Charlotte Hornets? They get rid of LaMelo Ball and then get rid of Miles Bridges, 36 hours later, sending him to the Phoenix Suns. Suns trade Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen, two former Jazz men, and the two teams swapped future firsts.
Well, the Hornets love the Duke guys.
Yes, they do.
So bring back Grayson. Probably going to be a very popular player there. I think that's all about they realized they had to get off those two players, and they are selling high. It wasn't that long ago when Miles Bridges was absolutely unmovable for anyone because of his
domestic assault. Yeah, horrendous.
His history, which has just been terrible. Charlotte was the only place he could be, and they were stuck because they basically had to play and pay him. And then LaMelo Ball, I think, was counterproductive in a lot of those years. And it wouldn't surprise me if they just felt like they had to get those two players off their roster. And with Brandon Miller and Concanipple, they can.
For the first reason, you have an opportunity, or for the first time, you have a reason to make these moves. You finally have two guys who you're like, this could actually be the beginning of something. And LaMelo was supposed to be that, and just got so loud. And yeah, Bridges was untradeable. So it's pretty telling.
And Phoenix is desperate.
Phoenix is very desperate. Continues to be desperate.
So they're going to trade for damaged goods that another team is excited about moving.
Hard to be more unlikable than Dylan Brooks, Miles Bridges, and Jalen Green in your starting lineup. And by the way, I don't think Jalen Green's ever done anything illegal. Probably not fair to loop him into that. But just as far as the bust number 2 overall pick.
I don't think Dylan Brooks has done anything illegal either.
He's got a couple DUIs, or at least a DUI.
Does he?
But yeah, regardless, that's certainly not excusing it. Not anywhere near the level of what Miles Bridges did.
But so Phoenix is desperate to do anything, and so they're going to make a move for it. And I think it's a very adult decision from Charlotte.
Yep.
Totally. For the greater good of the group, we got to move off these two guys because we can't be productive with him.
Grizzlies doing the same thing today, moving off of Jaw after bringing in Cam Boozer, who's like an A-plus culture guy. Everyone trying to hit the refresh button on their cultures. Smart.
All right, well, let's get to a few of these Darryn Peterson cuts, and let's start out with where Darryn started out. Christian, let's play Darryn talking about it's an honor to be with the Jazz.
It's an honor and privilege to be a part of this organization. I'm super blessed to be here, worked super hard, and the warm welcome yesterday was great. First time I got off the plane, everybody was there, so it's going well so far, and looking forward to what's to come in the future.
Who was meeting him at the plane? Is he talking about the organization, or is it?
No, he had a whole thing at the hangar when he got off. It was kind of like when the Mammoth moved to Salt Lake. There was probably 100-plus people there kind of waiting outside. So he walked in and said a couple of words and high-fived a bunch of people, signed some autographs, and then moved into Salt Lake.
Well, good. Shout out to the people who went out there and gave him a warm reception.
Mm-hmm.
How did those people find out about it? Are they
this
stalking
was
the airplane?
No, this was a setup.
Oh, okay.
They were informed that he
they
was
were
coming.
informed. They weren't following like scanners.
No, this was invitees.
Like the weirdos when Notre Dame flew in to interview Urban Meyer, and they're like tracking the flight path and stuff.
No, he didn't go through Salt Lake International.
No. Well, that's not what those people do, but yeah. No, they track the planes because everybody has to register, and all that stuff is public. So
Correct.
You can actually figure it out if you really try. But I always thought that took an incredible amount of energy.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, good. 100% want everybody to put their best foot forward. So that's certainly a good thing. Here's Darryn talking about how he feels like he fits with the team.
I think me and Keontae will be a great backcourt. There's a lot of all-star and great upcoming talent, and hopefully I have a chance to be an all-star, so I'm going to try to listen to those guys and pick their brains and just be surrounded by so much greatness. I think will be great for myself and for the team.
That was a question from Locke specifically about playing with Jaren and playing with Lauri Markkanen. You know, most of these guys now, especially in Memphis, like there's not a lot of veteran talent that Cam Boozer's having to adjust to. You know, Zach Edey, if he plays, Cedric Coward, like that's kind of the team. Desmond Bane's not there. Jaw's now gone. Just not a lot to worry about. Jaren's gone. We'll see what A.J. DeBonce is facing playing alongside Trae Young and watching him dribble the ball. He's got to do some he's going to have to change his game some. Darryn coming into a roster that, like, well, he fits extraordinarily well. Like, he's really going to be a rookie. He's not going to be handed the keys to the organization, I don't think. He's going to have to earn his spots.
I wish he talked more about fitting with Lauri and Jaren. He talked about fitting with Keontae, which, okay. But I am curious to how you fit. I mean, I think it was a good move by Ace Bailey not being so self-centered when he got here last year. And he could have been, and he was not. So I'm curious how Darryn reacts with the veterans. I think that's actually a pretty big storyline.
Guards are rarely all that well-versed in dealing with big men coming out of college because so few play with good bigs. Now, they have at some of the U19 tournaments, the FIBA stuff, the All-Star games, but like there's not a good big man on that Kansas roster last year that he's ever played with. Like, I truly bet you Darryn doesn't really know how to play with Jaren or Lauri right now. Now, you learn quickly. You know, you get better quickly and you recognize, oh, Lauri's insane. He's 7 feet tall and he always finds a way to get open and he really knocks down a lot of threes, and Jaren can go get a good shot anytime the offense is struggling. That's a real positive, but I wouldn't be surprised if he really doesn't know how to play with bigs yet.
All right, let's move on to Darryn talking about he wants to put his cramping issues behind him.
I faced it and got through it. I control what I can control, but what happened at Kansas I think is behind me. I was working out 3 times a day during the pre-draft, done all the tests, passed all the physicals and stuff, so I can't promise I won't ever have a cramp again, but what happened at Kansas definitely won't occur anymore. It's behind me.
Talking to some people, there is some belief that Darren's camp, Darren's people, were the reason he was getting shut down and not Darryn. That Darryn wanted to play more at Kansas and was not allowed to.
Well, it's him, so you can't say allowed. I mean, was A.J. DeBonce allowed to? I mean,
sure.
I would.
But people that weren't Kansas and weren't Darryn specifically were more worried about how much he was on the floor in case there were cramps or whatever it was, that kind of pushed Darren to shut things down. And then late in the season, Darren kind of said, no, I'm just going to play. There is a belief that might have been what happened last year.
But did Darren's people pull him out mid-game? I mean, come on. That's a little passing the buck for me.
Sure.
Because you do choose who to listen to, and absolutely. I mean, there's agents and people in everybody's ear telling them to do the selfish thing. But the player has to listen and actually follow through. Sure. I mean, Cam Boozer probably had somebody in his camp and say, "Why are you busting it so hard for Duke? What's the point?" Mm-hmm. You know. So I don't know. I get why both sides would want to be done with that message and put out the most favorable explanation possible. If I were to take a guess at most likely, I would say he listened to those people in his camp because he didn't like the coach and he didn't like Kansas and he didn't like being in college. And so he's not going to prioritize that sort of stuff. I mean, honestly, if your heart's not in it, do you think you would enjoy playing for Bill Self?
No, I would never want to do anything. I don't like doing hard things, so no.
And that guy seems like his personality. He's a bit of a. His personality has some rectal qualities. How about that?
Sure.
Is that
I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Okay way to put it?
No, but I get what you're saying.
So if you don't have to take it, are you?
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. I don't buy the cramp. It's easy to guarantee that the cramping is behind him because it really wasn't that big a deal to begin with. I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I read into that, the second I heard him say it, and I cut it and I put it on my Twitter as well. My thought is when he says that is behind me, it's because he recognizes that was maybe not a creeping cramp every single second that he pulled himself off the floor.
Uh-huh.
Like there was clearly some I'm going to be so careful that I will not have to be. I'm being so cautious in college. I don't have to be that cautious in the NBA. I just have to get to the NBA. Yeah. And I'm actually not that worried about what was happening. But in situations, I made a judgment call to pull myself off the floor. I can't guarantee that. That's just kind of how I interpret it as soon as he said it. Like the confidence with which that's never going to come back was a little surprising to me. Now, he did say, I can't guarantee I'm never going to cramp up again, which is absolutely right. And also made me believe, I don't think anyone really figured out what happened here. But I suspect the reaction was more aggressive than the problem.
Ben, if you came in here today, we were talking about Adam Gase and his cocaine problem, allegedly. If you came in here today and said, Jake, my cocaine problem is behind me, I would believe you. You know why? You never had a cocaine problem to begin with.
Correct.
That never was a thing
yes,
to begin with.
I promise you, I will be at work tomorrow and it will not be cocaine keeping me home.
No.
I've never seen cocaine, so it's very fine.
I would believe you 1,000%.
Very easy for me, yeah.
Because that was never a problem for you in the past.
Yes.
So if he comes out and says, I can promise you the cramping issue is behind me, I'd probably believe. You wonder where that confidence comes from is because I'm not so sure how much it existed in the first place.
How much the reaction that he had or his camp or whoever had at Kansas matched up with whatever the problem was.
Yeah. If you really
did. That was
did,
exactly how I felt when he said it.
Jake, my sniffing gas problem is in the rearview mirror. I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that existed.
It's not been a problem.
That has not been an issue in the past. But yeah, I wouldn't want to play for Bill Self either. It's hard to take that tube seriously. I'm surprised that when he's yelling at you, you're not kind of laughing.
And I'm not saying he didn't have a full body cramp and didn't go to the hospital. I'm not.
I don't know.
I believe that happened. I do. I believe that happened. But
I don't know what to believe. Nor does it matter.
But I don't think it's. I do believe him when he says that's not going to be a problem anymore.
I do too.
I'm listening to what he's saying.
All right. Here's Darryn Peterson talking about being excited to play in Summer League.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Summer League. I haven't had the chance to play in a game since my last game in March. So I'm super excited to go out there and compete with these guys and hopefully get some wins. Trying to win all the games we play in.
He will have a vastly different opinion at the end of the Vegas Summer League.
Yes. By the time Game 8 rolls around, and I do not expect him to play all 8 games. Now, sometimes guys do. Sometimes guys play every game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jazz held him back a couple of times. Just to make sure he's healthy and his body's not being overworked. And because he didn't have a full workload last year at Kansas, they're not putting too much on him, especially in the heat, playing a lot of games in quick succession where he's going to have the ball a ton. I suspect the Jazz are going to try a lot of different things with him at Summer League. I doubt he plays all 8, but yes, I suspect he's going to be very happy to not play that last game of Summer League in Salt Lake because they play 3 and 4 nights. They may not play him on back-to-backs. And that's totally fair. It's a lot of Summer League basketball.
So, yeah, that's the right thing. But after all those Summer League games, you've covered the biggest Summer League. Have you seen them at the end of the run?
Oh,
everybody's miserable.
Everyone's done.
Nobody wants to play in the final game.
Coaches are done.
There's a Summer League tournament everybody's trying to lose.
Yeah. And they
just to get out of
the point
Vegas.
where they got rid of the tournament. Everyone gets an
Did they
extra
get rid of
game.
It?
So you have, I think, 3 scheduled games. And then, no, you get 4 scheduled games, and then everybody plays a 5th. And that's just the championship now. What if you have the best record / score differential, you just play in the championship game. Instead of, yes, they used to do a tournament. I remember people covering it and being like, I hope they lose.
By the time
I can go home.
That next Monday rolled around, everybody was pretty tired of Summer League.
Yep.
And there's a reason that players, after they experience Summer League, are not in a hurry to play again. In fact, sometimes they're a little bent that they're asked to play again in their second and particularly their third year.
Yeah. Blake Hinson, I bet you was not that excited about Summer League. He is 26 years old. He's done it.
But guess what? He's going to pour it on.
He will, yeah. He's trying to make the NBA. And if the difference between me making millions and not millions is going to Summer League, great.
Sign me up.
But if I didn't have to, and I'd get the millions anyways, you will not find me in Las Vegas.
All right. Here is Darryn Peterson talking about his defensive prowess.
I would like to say I can be a lockdown defender. Obviously, I haven't guarded the best in the world yet, but I'm willing to take this challenge. 6'10" wingspan, I think that can help me a bit. Might not be the fastest guy or quickest guy, but my effort, I hope, will be able to take out some of that. I'm a Kobe guy, so he played both sides of the ball, and that's my idol, so I'm trying to lock down on defense.
Certainly has the physical tools and the history of doing it. It was not hard to watch a Darryn Peterson game and think, oh, wow, blocked a 3. You don't see a lot of guys doing that, And you see it a lot in Summer League, too. You don't see it much in the NBA because the players are too good. But, the guys with good instincts and superior physical tools get their hands on a lot of deflections, loose balls, etc. I think you'll see that with Darryn Peterson. No question.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hope that turns out to be true. I've heard of a lot of introductory press conferences where people say that, and then it just doesn't turn out to be true.
Donovan Mitchell got better every single time we heard him talk defensively.
Absolutely.
And he only got worse defensively.
But you know what I like about his comment is he said he wants that challenge.
Yeah.
And I think, Donovan Mitchell is a great example. He never wanted to guard the other team's best player. That's not something he wanted to go do. So we'll see if that turns out to be true. Let's circle around to Austin Ainge and play this clip. Ben, here is Austin Ainge, president of Jazz Basketball Operations, talking about what they want to add.
I think we have a lot of what we need, but there's still some positions of depth that we can look, and we're talking with a bunch of people. That's my way of not really answering, DJ. I'm trying to add some stuff, but we'll see how that goes. But we're really confident in the group we have already, and just always looking to add and improve. Obviously, we don't have any centers under contract right now, so that will be one area for sure we'll work on.
And that is not true anymore.
No longer true.
Because Nurk is coming back.
Jusuf Nurkic signed a 2-year, $22 million deal with the Utah Jazz. I have not seen the guarantees on it. But, after that, the Jazz are projected to have about $38.5 million under the luxury tax, not under the cap, but under the luxury tax to re-sign Walker, and then another $15 million of the mid-level exception. So still quite a bit of flexibility. By the way, they can create more money by waiving players if they need to. So,
who should they waive?
Phil? No, I think they've already picked up his contract.
They could still waive him.
Sure, but you're on the books now for him. You got to waive the non-guaranteed guys. I think they picked up Svi already also.
Conch?
You still have to pay him. Bez Mbang? No, they didn't even get his qualifying offer today. Or Hayden Gray. So, I don't know. There's got to be somewhere they can waive a little bit of cash.
Yeah, step in and make... You got to cut somebody once in a while just to keep everybody on their toes.
Right. This is not a free-for-all.
No.
This is not a party. We're here to work.
You got to bring players into camp to cut them.
Yes. Beloved players.
Beloved player. Bring Joe Ingles back just to cut him.
Fan favorites.
Fan favorite. Joe coming back, and then just cut him as cold-heartedly as you can.
In front of everybody.
Like the U.S. coach.
Uh-huh.
The U.S. soccer coach who cut players with an insensitive email. He said, why would I talk to them? They're not on the team anymore.
You're not on the team anymore. You don't get a phone call.
You don't get a phone call from me. Try making the team next time.
So I would imagine Walker is still a top priority for the Utah Jazz. I've been told they want another guard or ball handler, even with Darryn Peterson. I think that was always the plan. Probably would have needed 2 ball handlers if they had gotten AJ Bonsa, but with Darryn, I think that probably takes care of one of them. And then I wouldn't be surprised if they still want another wing, some depth at wing. So probably 3 more players still joining the roster. I wouldn't be surprised.
Any idea? They're going to go get Marcus Smart?
I'm curious how they split up the money. Does a guy like Kenrich Williams move the needle at all?
Bring back Mie Oni.
Sure, he'd love a job.
Or who was the guy that Quinn Snyder was in love with that they kept signing over and over again? Oh,
Trent Forrest?
Trent Forrest.
Yeah.
Captain Jack's favorite. Is he currently on the Hawks?
Trent Forrest has been out of the NBA for a half decade.
Why is the rum always gone?
Not true. He was on the Hawks like yesterday.
Trent Forrest, there's his photo is of him in a Hawks jersey.
Yeah, I know.
He played 151 career NBA games. Played 4 seasons in the NBA, meaning he probably got a pension.
His last season in the NBA was 2024.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long
with
ago.
the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, see?
Followed Captain Jack.
Well, he had to have something on Captain Jack. Some sort of compromise.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Spain now.
Oh.
Good for him. Beautiful part of the world. I've never been. So, no, I don't know who the Jazz are going to go after. I thought Gary Payton II would make a lot of sense. He may be washed. I don't know.
Washed? He's like 10 years old.
He's a little older than that. Gary Payton II?
He was at Slick like yesterday.
He was at Slick like a decade ago.
That's not true.
And he probably played 4 years of college basketball.
He's 33.
Yeah.
Wow. Older than I thought.
Yeah. So.
How old? Gary Payton Sr.? 105?
D'Anthony Melton, potentially as a backup guard. Someone proposed Dean Wade to me earlier today, which I thought that's a good name. Kenrich Williams would make some sense.
Okay. Few names out there. So there you go.
There's a lot. Bogdan Bogdanovic is now available. He was like almost 6th man of the year a couple of years ago.
Now he's 105.
You think he's old? Bogdan. Not Boyan. Bogdan is... 33 also.
Okay.
So some names out there for sure.
All right, stay tuned. Coming up next, a couple of former Jazz players in the headlines for the wrong reasons today. We'll get to that straight ahead. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson.
The first response is, imagine how bad negotiations had to be for the Kings to be a better option. The latest story just breaking from Chris B. Haynes. Due to a sizable distance apart in negotiations, Detroit Pistons restricted free agent center Jalen Duren will meet with the Sacramento Kings at the start of free agency with the intentions of structuring a sign and trade out of Detroit. Obviously worth noting because you're talking about the top end of the center market with Jalen Duren, and then what does that say for Walker Kessler? But leaving Detroit after one of the best seasons they've had since they won a title 22 years ago for the Kings is really saying something.
Yeah, saying he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He wants to get paid. Yeah,
Just wants to
all
get his
these
money.
guys want to get paid. It's so easy for us as sports fans to look at these things through these altruistic lenses that because we would be, if we were so lucky to be in that situation,
Correct.
Ben, you know what I would worry about? I'd worry about winning and being in a good spot and being a good teammate, and I'd do all these sorts of things for the name on the front of the logo or a name on the front of the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not how people think. Not basketball players. That's not how people think.
Right.
They think, I want to be valued. I want to get as much as I possibly can. I want to take care of, and if you have to twist arms to get to Sacramento, what do I care?
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, they're right from this sense that he signs a big deal in Sacramento. It goes south. They suck. He twists their arm to trade him somewhere else.
Yeah, and he says, I'm the second best player on a team that just had the best record in the Eastern Conference, or one of the best. They have the best record in the East.
Best record, and he was an all-star.
And he was an all-star. Might have been all-NBA third team. If not, he was very close. It's like, yeah, I'm your second guy, and you won't pay me? Everyone pays to max players. You've got Cade, you've got me. And they said no to him. So,
I've been fortunate enough in a position to say no to a bad job, but I knew it was a bad job, and I considered it. You know why, Ben? Because they were offering me a raise.
Yeah.
And I knew. I said, if I take this, it's going to be a disaster. But I'm gonna have more scratch, so I better think about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And in my case, I'm glad. I love the decisions that I've made in my career because I'm sitting right here next to you, pal, on this station that I've been with for so long. But I considered it, and I knew it was a disaster.
And you stayed at the spot you were, not because it was altruistic, but because you realized if I say no to this, I'll make more money by still having a job in 3 years.
By still being employed.
Still working for an employer that will be available.
100%.
Yes. So you still thought with your wallet, it was just long term.
Right.
Not unlike what Jalen Duren said. Yeah.
And I don't know, athletes get a bum rap because we think that there should be this loyalty. I mean, it's why there was I almost said outrage. That's probably not the word, but there was so much concern when Wendy somehow said that Walker Kessler doesn't want to be in Salt Lake. We think it's this loyalty to not only the Jazz but our community, and there's all these built-in feelings that just don't exist.
Correct.
So the fact that Jalen Duren would want to go play in Sacramento, he probably doesn't care about Sacramento. He probably doesn't care about the Kings. He certainly doesn't want to play in Sacramento, but you know what he wants? He wants as much money as he can possibly get.
By the way, let's walk through this a little bit. If this was the scenario, why wouldn't the Lakers be involved?
I wonder.
Now, maybe the Lakers don't have the money to send back. It could just be that simple. Maybe Detroit can send back, or Sacramento can send back Domantas Sabonis or Zach LaVine or whatever nonsense they want to send back. And the Pistons feel like they're getting something out of it. But, like,
no, because
if the Lakers thought they were getting something back, like, wouldn't they get involved? If they were going to pay, if you're going to pay somebody $40 million, Jalen Duren's a better player than Walker Kessler.
Because it's the sign and trade thing, because there is no threshold for Detroit. They will literally match anything. So Sacramento could max out Jalen Duren, and Detroit would still match it. They may not want to right now, and they may be in a tough negotiation.
But that's the thing. Like, the Pistons don't have to do this. The Pistons can match whatever they want.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if he forces a sign and trade, then let's see. I had this thought process worked out a little bit. The Lakers can offer Walker Kessler a price tag where the Jazz will say no. The Kings can't really do that, so they have to give the Pistons something in return. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
So the Kings know that they can't sign Duren outright. They're going to have to do some sort of trade. I would guess the Lakers are going to find the Jazz. I don't know what the Jazz number really is, and try and press it.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists in the scenario with Duren.
And the Pistons must just feel like they want to get something back so it's not a total lost asset. So,
right.
Yes, getting Sabonis back is who it's going to be, apparently. Gives them something.
Which I honestly don't hate that fit.
No, I like Sabonis. Sabonis is a good player.
And more versatile than Duren.
Yeah, not a defensive player at all.
No.
But
still a rebounder.
Yeah. Good. He's a good player. He's a very good player. I think he's made a couple of all-star teams, right? So it's not a bad fit by any means.
Because I don't think the Lakers do have anything to trade.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
For Jalen Duren.
Right. Unless it was going to be Austin Reeves. No,
right.
It's not.
But I think they could find a number where the Jazz will not match for Walker Kessler.
Yeah, they might.
I mean, I certainly think that number exists. And it would still be below the max. Again, is it 30? Is it 35? I wonder.
I still do think, though, that because here's what the Lakers could have done. They could have found that number with Jalen Duren, right? If they wanted Walker or they want a starting center and they said, we're just going to find out what the number is and see maybe what you don't match. Clearly the Pistons have a number they're not super comfortable matching because they're going to let him leave now.
I don't think they're going to let him leave.
You think they're going to keep Jalen Duren?
Yeah, I think they're going to match whatever, including a max. Because Jalen Duren's a better player than Walker Kessler. And certainly with more track record. than Walker Kessler. Hey, he's made an all-star team. He was the second best player on their team last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Walker at no point during his Jazz existence has been the second best player on the team.
I'll be curious. I think everyone's leaning. Again, this just broke, but kind of seems like Jalen Duren's going to end up in Sacramento. Curious about this. We'll have to follow it.
Not good for the Pistons, I guess. He was really good for them.
He's really good. He had a very bad playoffs.
I know Angel Reese's
Wendell Carter got in his ear.
Boyfriend took it to him.
Really gave it to him.
Are they still together, those two kids?
I don't know.
Wendell Carter and Angel Reese?
Well, she's in Georgia now. She's in Atlanta. And if Jalen has to go play in Sacramento, that's much further than Detroit.
Wait, she's dating...
No, she's dating Wendell
Carter.
Yes,
She's Jalen Duren is her ex.
That's right.
And Carter was taking it to Duren, and there was some conversation going on about that. Get it straight, Ben. Come on. That's my lane.
Yeah.
We wish them the best.
Yeah.
Because she's in Atlanta too, right?
She's in Atlanta. He's in Orlando.
Oh, yeah. He's in Orlando, not Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, it's not that far.
No, it's not.
It's a little puddle jumper.
Yeah, absolutely. You can drive it.
I'll be really curious. But I think that might be the explanation why the Lakers aren't in on Duren, is they don't have anything to trade for him.
Yeah.
And Detroit's not going to let Duren go. There's a world where the Jazz let Walker Kessler go.
Yes.
I wonder if it comes to that. When free agency opens on the 1st, right?
Yes. Well, tomorrow night, technically. I think 7 p.m. our time tomorrow.
And you said they can't sign Kessler until when?
The 8th.
All right.
The moratorium on restricted free agent, on all contracts. All these contracts can be agreed to. Nothing actually gets signed, until the 7th. Technically the 6th, because it's a few hours before midnight. So the 6th, when these deals can actually get signed officially. However, that's the time when the Lakers could put an offer sheet in front of Walker, and then the Jazz would have 48 hours to match. So that would kick it back from the 6th to the 8th. By the way, Tony Jones just reporting now, Walker Kessler and his representatives will hold meetings with multiple teams as free agency begins Tuesday evening in Los Angeles, which is where CAA is located.
Convenient.
Yeah. Right. They could host it wherever Walker wants it to host.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't have to be in Los
What
Angeles.
other teams would possibly be interested?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a Zoom call.
But honestly, I'm saying, what other teams?
I don't know. Can't be a ton of teams.
Detroit does a sign and trade for Duren and then signs Walker Kessler?
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of teams.
So I don't know if that's going to happen. Ben, we can jump into this gambling thing. Maybe we'll get into it at in the 5 o'clock hour, but just to pay off on the tees. Malik Beasley and Ed Davis, two former Jazz players, were indicted today on charges related to an alleged sports gambling scheme that targeted at least 4 games during the 2023-24 season when Beasley was playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. Davis and the co-defendants, well, there's 3 co-defendants. Their names don't really matter, but they were all arrested early this morning. Ben, apparently Beasley is known to be a bit of a gambler and owed Ed Davis money. And then Ed Davis turned into this conduit with these other conspirators where they were rigging specific like point lines or whatever prop bets for Malik Beasley. There was one where they bet the over on his rebound, and he got a rebound in the last second of the game.
With 1.1 seconds left, he
pushed somebody out of the way.
Sprinted the floor to grab a rebound. There's other videos now that have come of him getting late dunks in games where it's like a 12-point gap. Doesn't matter at all, and he's running the floor to go get it. There was another one of he doesn't get a rebound. He's clearly very frustrated after.
And they've got a bunch of stuff on text, by the way.
Owing Ed Davis money makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, the text, they're saying the only way you can get over on Vegas is sports betting. That's the only place you have an edge. And I mean, quite literally, they're kind of talking about what's available. And Malik Beasley says, do you have Snapchat? Snapchat being where he wants to go because people think the texts get deleted, though very clearly they do not get deleted at all. The FBI, I'm sure, can subpoena those and find those if they want to. But yeah, obviously they were arranging opportunities. But man, Ed Davis was asking for $2K. I just thought you don't have $2,000? I mean, if it would make sense again if Malik owed him money. He's like, yeah, I'm not dipping out of my bank account for $2,000. You owe me the money. This is how you can make it right. But
Ed Davis and Beasley played together in Minnesota.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so yeah, maybe he racked up some playing debts of playing cards and hadn't paid him back. It's insane to me.
Well, listen, Malik Beasley has a history of really bad decisions.
He does. As soon as we saw this story, I thought, and because again, he'd been wrapped up in this 6 months ago, and then nothing became of it. He pulled a gun on a family that pulled into his driveway. He's had at least like domestic disturbance, police calls with Larsa Pippen, right? That was his girlfriend, Scotty's ex-wife. This is the type of guy who like could end up being in jail for a long time, because this is not a first time young guy made a mistake, Sorsby situation, or other. I don't know if Jonte Porter's going to jail for a long time. Who knows? But like I don't know. I don't know if anyone's taking it easy on Malik Beasley. Unfortunately for him.
Weren't those people he pulled the gun on just like looking for directions?
Yeah, they pulled into the wrong driveway.
Yeah.
I think.
And he came storming out, waving a gun at him.
A long rifle.
That's not good.
Relax, dude.
No, and Ed Davis, I interviewed him when he was here for a short time. He seemed like a perfectly nice guy, and maybe they're just flawed humans. But I'll tell you what, I will never believe anybody's like personality diagnosis from a public interview ever again.
No, correct.
The long and short of it, when he was here, was like, oh, Malik Beasley's put all this stuff behind him. What a great guy. What a great story. And everybody runs to write the rehab story of like, oh, difficulties behind him, because we all love that story.
Yeah.
But
he came out and sat down with us and did the presser. Ironically, I think he was in Las Vegas when he did his press conference, but had said like, I'm just trying to be an open book, trying to move on with my life, trying to move forward. It's just like, yeah. And look, gambling doesn't make you a bad person.
No, it does not.
Clearly, extraordinarily bad decision making.
Shaving points makes you a bad person.
Okay, that's fair.
It does.
Fair.
I'm sorry. These nefarious relationships where you're rigging these types of things yes, it makes you a bad person. Yeah. Yes, you compromised your integrity.
Yeah.
Yes,
You did.
You compromised everybody else's integrity. It's one thing to make bad decisions and be flawed humans, but yeah, you compromised it all. That sucks for him.
Yeah.
And now, depending on how this goes, again, it's just an indictment, so nobody's been convicted of anything yet, but could lose his freedom as a result. And yes, waving a gun at somebody who pulled into the wrong driveway does kind of make you a bad person.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. No question about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the league. But
somebody turned around. You did a U-turn in my driveway the other day. Now, I put my hand on my Glock, but I managed to not.
You keep by the front door.
I managed to not storm out waving
Run out of the house waving it around. It was good of you.
And then I thought, oh, that's just a U-turn. Okay. All right.
Wrong address.
Crisis averted.
We've all done it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine dropping off an Amazon box to this guy, because they're not always driving around in those vans.
Correct.
Heaven forbid one of them have a Corolla or something and roll up.
Does Amazon deliver to prisons?
I'm sure they do.
I would think so, right?
How can you access Amazon from prison? Can you?
Yeah, these guys are sneaking phones around.
Sure.
Germany just won it in overtime.
That's too bad.
Is it sudden death in overtime?
No.
Oh, so Germany just went up 2-1.
No, so it's not over.
In the 102nd minute. Came back from down 1-0 at halftime.
Way to go, Paraguay.
I thought they had it.
I mean, I have Western Hemisphere pride and all, but I'm just disappointed.
Agreed.
All right. Stay tuned. We'll have Audio Vault for you coming up next. It's the Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
No crazy soundbite slips past these guys.
I came here for the same reason people go to the zoo.
This is another edition of the Audio Vault with Jake and Ben. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott, Ben Anderson. By the way, the goal from Germany taken off the board because they took out the goalie. They ran into him and knocked him over.
Yep.
So you can't do that.
Goalie interference.
Yeah. So it's 1-1 in the 110th minute.
+4.
So that means it's going to go to a shootout? All the soccer loyalists hate the shootout.
I hate the shootout too. So.
What's the matter with the shootout? At least it's going in the back of the net.
Yeah, I like watching. I hope they keep playing. The more soccer, the better.
Till they keel over? They've already been playing for 110 minutes.
Good. Then wrap it up in regulation, bro. Doesn't bother me.
All right.
Play better.
Jeez,
we go to a skills contest after?
I had no idea you were that passionate about it. All right, it's time for the Audio Vault, the best sound of the day. Ben, I know you're a big fan of LeJay Jones. He was the 54th pick in the draft by the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
I guess in college, he really liked his number, the number 10. The current possessor of the number 10 on the Warriors is?
Jim Butler?
James Butler.
Okay.
Veteran. So Jimmy Butler videotaped this call with LeJay Jones and posted it to social media. But it's the call of LeJay, again, the number 54th pick. So this isn't Darryn Peterson, the second pick, calling Phil.
Uh-huh.
This is the 54th.
The inverse.
This is the 54th pick calling Jimmy Butler to try and get his number. Let's listen to how that sounded.
Dumb man, I told you, you ain't gonna get it. You can buy your number.
You want to buy my number?
Yeah.
You can't afford that, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll take out a loan.
He texted me the other day. I said, you ain't got no shot.
Zero shot. Just wear a number like 01 or something, man, and then say it's your number backwards.
No, I got 25 because I work down at JUCO.
Oh, JUCO product, okay.
Yeah.
For $25 million, you can have my number then.
What is that?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's nothing. It's nothing to some people.
You
crazy.
It is crazy.
Florida State NIL.
You gonna make way more than that in your career though. So that's gonna be chump change to you at one point in time.
Well, I'm just saying you can do a $25 million investment.
That's an investment in the long-term career for yourself. You'll be able to wear 10 forever for $25 million. Just think about it. I'm just saying, think about it.
As a friend and an advisor, don't do it. wear 25, bub.
For free.
25.
I don't think that he even needed to make that phone call. That is funny with Jimmy Butler, like, oh, a JUCO dude, all right.
Cool.
I'll sell to you for $25 million. And then says, oh, you're going to make way more than that in your career. As the 54th pick, that is no guarantee. His career earnings, he'll be lucky if it gets to $25 million.
I don't know what Jimmy Butler's preferred number is. He's worn a bunch of numbers in his career. He was 33 at Marquette. He was 23 at Minnesota. 22, I think, in Chicago and Miami. He's 10 now. I think 22 is probably available in Golden State. So I don't know what number he has or is passionate about. I do suspect there is something about not giving up your number because it's your territory.
Yes, of course.
It's your spot. Whether you care about it or not.
Doesn't matter.
The look of giving up your number for a rookie is like, I'm giving up my space.
For the 54th.
What was his name? LeJay Jones?
LeJay Jones, the number 54 pick in the draft. Probably not even worth making that phone call, dude.
Yeah. You don't have anything of interest to Jimmy.
I don't think LeJay is the smartest guy.
That's weird.
By the way, I do think the number thing is kind of dumb.
I'm totally with you. I don't get the number thing particularly.
I mean, it just feels very Little League to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they get the number 4, dude.
And credit Sarah Todd. She did ask Darryn Peterson why he gave it up or how he was able to get it from Flip. And he said, Flip gave his first assist to me. And then Sarah was smart and followed up and said, did you have to give something up? And he said, yes, I did.
Okay, so I heard this clip earlier. Can we actually, as long as we're doing this, can we rack up that clip of Darryn Peterson talking about what he... Okay, let me set it up this way. Could this laugh be a laugh track on a sitcom?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. He wanted to keep it, but that's his first assist to me. He was willing to give me that, so I appreciate him for that. I told him, like, it's an honor. I'm thankful that he did it, and that's what I said. Like, it was his first assist from him to me, so I'm thankful.
Did you have to give up anything to get it?
Yeah, for sure. But...
Yeah. Again, I told you there was like 100 fans there.
Media laugh. Yeah, stop Rodney Dangerfield.
You're right.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Where's Keith Stubbs? He's going to call him to do a set at Wise Guys.
Wise Guys
Listen to that reaction.
needs an opener.
It's like I was watching an episode of Friends.
Yeah. Setting up for the big laugh. So that's not the full payoff of the joke, but that's like the lead into the joke.
Is there more?
No, that was it.
Yeah. It was like Joey came into the room and said something dumb.
Yeah. Right. Kramer bursts in the door. Not even like, no joke yet. It's just Kramer doing the Kramer thing. That's the one.
Woody Harrelson says, "How's it going, Mr. Peterson?"
Yeah. That's a Norm call.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Norm!
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the payoff. It's not the big joke of the scene.
I didn't know why it got that big a laugh.
Oh, everyone's just excited to be there.
He's funny.
It wasn't funny.
Clearly
I think he
it
just
was.
admitted to paying Phil something. I think that's all he
Phil
did.
Extorted him.
Yeah, I did give him something. Oh, man. Woo!
Yeah.
It's like he who's even a comedian these days? It's like if
Nate Bargatze.
Whitney Cummings made a joke. Isn't she still a person? She used to be one of those roast people, which is like the only comedy I've seen.
Sure.
Didn't you say you actually liked Kevin Hart, his roast?
I didn't watch it at all.
Oh, no?
No, I didn't see any of it.
It was not good.
I believe it.
But people still kind of laugh like that.
Sure.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like with Sheldon says something about atomic theory or something. Right.
I'm gonna replace the laugh track I've been playing
I like
with
the one
that
we
one.
have.
with that one.
You like the one we have?
I wish this was a little bigger.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Let me look something up real quick.
The clapping makes it.
Okay, let's try something out real
Okay.
quick. Let me make sure that let's. All right, let's start with our old laugh track first. Okay. No, actually, I take it back. Let's start with the new one. All right.
Okay.
Ben, breaking news: Trae Young signs a 4-year, $212 million contract with the Wizards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's try the other one. Breaking news, Ben, Trae Young intends to sign a 4-year, $212 million contract with the Wizards.
So the first one seems like you're setting up the punchline.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
It seems like you've got something else to say after.
All right. So we like the
I still like the big one.
the original one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just
Well, we
wanted,
can use them both. We can figure out a way to use them
I just
both.
wanted to find out.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. I mean, he said no, or no, he said yes. Said, oh yeah, I gave him something.
Yeah. Cost me a fortune. I do like that NBA players are cold-blooded. This guy got his first paycheck. Now, very, very realistic that, I mean,
Phil didn't
basically
get anything in
guaranteed-
return.
Not anything valuable. Guaranteed that Darryn Peterson has more money than Kyle Filipowski. So Kyle doesn't need to feel bad about taking him for any money. But, yeah, Jimmy Butler would take LeJay Johnson for everything he's worth if he's willing to give it up for number 10. Sure.
You're going to make way more money than that in the
Guys are
league.
pretty cold-blooded.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You're going to be a star. Remember when Joe Ingles told that anecdote about how he pulled some like two-way guy or somebody just trying to make the team aside and said, man, these guys, you got it all wrong. These guys aren't giving you your shot. You're going to be a star in this league. Go out there and hog that ball. And
Get
got
more
the rookie
shots.
yelled at.
Yeah.
Go take more shots. They should be calling your number.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But that is how some of it operates.
Joe was kind of mean, too.
Joe was very mean. Yeah.
But I think you should be mean to younger players. Like somebody should be mean to Darryn Peterson. You got to put him in his place.
And they will be.
I mean, that's the whole reason you're so mean to Alex Napolis.
Correct. You got to put him in his place.
I know.
Make sure he doesn't get a big head.
That's why Salazar treats everybody the way he does.
It'll be good for Alex's career, how mean I am to him now.
It doesn't surprise me that you justify it that way. All right, we've got an
Make way more than 25
action-packed
million.
5 o'clock hour coming up next. We'll let you hear more highlights from Darryn Peterson as he had his introductory press conference on Saturday. It's the Jake and Ben Show, live at 5 next, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's the best station, period.
Let's be honest. These guys have the best job on the planet.
You come to work in a frickin' bathrobe?
So if you're out there working hard, you should also expect your radio hosts to put in an honest day's work. So of course, Jake and Ben are live at 5 with the biggest headlines and the best analysis in Utah. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Time for Live at 5, brought to you by Trajan Wealth, your local trusted financial fiduciary. 1-855-TRAJAN1 or visit their website at trajanwealth.com. Ben, the latest story at KSLSports.com was put up mere minutes ago. Headline, Utah Jazz unveil 2026 Salt Lake City Summer League roster.
Oh, it's out. Okay.
Then shortly behind that, it's up at KSLSports.com. Jusuf Nurkic intends to stay with the Jazz on a 2-year, $22 million deal as the Jazz continue to be the biggest story. And we'll get to some Darryn Peterson cuts here in a minute. But I've got a question for Christian. Are we questioning our Taylor Swift fandom with her can you imagine closing down one of the biggest, busiest blocks on the planet on the 250th anniversary of this country just to throw a party for yourself?
So this is exactly where I was. I was a block away from Madison Square Garden where the apartment I was staying in was for the draft. And people were starting to get like notices around that you wouldn't be able to park anywhere in this area. And I was there on, what was the draft, the 23rd? Was there on like the 21st or something?
Oh, they've been closing stuff since the 20th.
Yeah. So there was already stuff being closed down and everyone was like, no one's saying what this is. What is going on here? What is potentially happening? Why are they closing down parts of New York? Like, it's not parade stuff. The parade was done for the championship. And it's not 4th of July parade stuff. Everyone was wondering what it was, and then it slowly kind of started to trickle out while I was there that this might be Taylor Swift and her hubby getting hitched.
I'm surprised about that because this has been known for a while.
Yeah.
That this is where and it's not going to be their ceremony, by the way. They're getting married somewhere else. This is just their reception, if you will. Okay. Come to think of it, maybe I like her more now because I had my reception at the Delta Center.
And they were doing a 2-day event here for this.
Well, did you close down the streets?
I did not close down the streets, no. Did not feel that necessary. They're setting up a tent on the street outside, so it's not enough to party inside the venue. They have to have a tent in the street as well. I'm just wondering. It feels like the ultimate narcissistic flex.
I will say my wife, notorious Swiftie, she, for those that don't know, she dragged my behind all the way to Toronto, made me sit outside in the cold while she watched the concert.
Christian didn't even get to go.
I didn't even watch the show, but I went along for the ride.
Who did she go with? She would go with her mother?
Her mom, yeah. Okay. I was hanging out with my father and we were.
Okay.
But she has come out and said, she is anti all of this.
Okay.
She really
too much.
Yeah, she is like, okay, this is a little much. This
too
is
much
a little
about her.
Too much me.
Yeah.
I had breakfast my last day there Thursday, like a block away from her apartment in New York.
Oh, did you?
It shows up on the.
Did you say hi to her?
On the map?
It does?
Yeah.
That's
this
creepy.
is where Taylor lives.
It's like a landmark.
That's weird.
Anyways, yeah.
What did you and your father-in-law do while?
Hit on chicks.
No, I mean, did you
Girls were away.
Did you hit the red light district? I mean, what'd you do? It was in Toronto?
I don't know if Toronto has one of those. Maybe they do.
I'm sure they do. Yeah, what do you mean? I don't even know.
Yeah. Do they have those?
We explored the bar scene around the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Sure ate some poutine.
It's unfortunate.
There's just certain things you can't do with your father-in-law, and I think hit the red light district is one of those. I don't know, Ben.
Like father, like son, am I right?
I'll come out and say they are since divorced now.
Oh, okay. Well.
Since then?
It was since then.
What did you guys do?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Jeez. Condolences to your wife.
Wow, this just got weird.
Yeah, it got dark.
It did.
Anyways.
Shout out to your in-laws. Hope they're doing well. Yeah, we'll stick with Christian had to wait in the parking lot. We'll stick with that.
No real surprises on the Jazz Summer League roster, by the way.
Were you expecting any?
I wondered about the third-year players. Only Cody Williams of the group playing. Now, Flip last year, or Phil as you like to call him, won Summer League MVP, so it was pretty obvious he was not going to play. I wondered maybe Collier come in and set the table for everyone, make it easier, but Collier's played some.
Are you surprised Cody's playing?
Cody needs to play. Cody needs to play a lot. I think the more he plays, the better.
Ace is obviously on there. Micah Hanlogden.
Yep, Ben's son.
I remember when he was on the team. Blake Hinson, as you mentioned, Bez Mbang, Darryn Peterson. Those are the notables.
And Tamar Bates just signed a two-way with the team. So, yeah, the notables, for sure.
I wonder how – I bet the attendance for the Salt Lake Summer League is going to be great because of the players that are coming.
Yep.
But it is tough to go up against the 250.
They're doing it midday, though, on Saturday.
So you'll
It's
still
early
be able
games,
to,
and then you can go and
that's
blow
good.
stuff up.
Yeah, that's really good. Well, you can't blow stuff up, right? Is that
Well, the governor doesn't want you to blow stuff up.
It wasn't a legal thing?
Well, legal thing or not, firework people are nuts.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm not going to, even if I were a firework person, which I'm not, they said they were going to come arrest me, I don't think I'd light it off.
You light it and you run. There's not a cop on every corner.
Well, doesn't that take the fun out of it?
No, the fun is blowing things up and getting away with it. These people are arsonists, lunatics. So yeah, I think they're excited about it.
I can't remember, Christian. Are you a firework person?
No, I'm pretty cautious. I'm pretty yeah.
And I like fireworks. I'm a pro firework guy.
I'll watch them. Yeah.
So you're going to be the one burning down the neighborhood.
No, but I live a block away from a church, and every seemingly 2 years, somebody just spends $10,000 on a fireworks show.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they have to because they do the huge aerials. I suspect we will see fewer of those, but you think you're keeping the firework people down. I think you're up in the night.
Well,
I think it's a good effort. I think it's the right idea.
They're still selling them.
I don't want to cause a fire in a neighborhood when all the firefighters, who some have sacrificed their lives, to go out and stop these forest fires or these wildfires, I should say, don't have the ability to come and help into the city. Certainly don't make their lives harder.
My buddy John did wildland fire for several summers. I cannot think of a harder job.
No.
Now he did it. Now he did it when he was in college, and actually he's a firefighter now. Which shout out to John, but he never had to have a job during the school season because they make a nice sum. I don't even remember what it was, but it's like a bunch of overtime and hazard pay and all sorts of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they get compensated. But can you imagine in the summer heat where you're just wearing crazy coveralls and all this fire stuff, and you know what they do? Most of those guys, most of the time, it's really digging.
Yeah.
You're digging trenches all day in those coveralls in the crazy heat.
Yep. No, true heroes. It's
unbelievable.
Crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's get to some more clips from Darryn Peterson. He had a really good introductory.
Oh, by the way, quickly, Kristaps Porzingis back to the Warriors.
Yeah, what was a 2-year deal, right? $40 million?
2 years, $40 million.
Well, if he's got what does he have? Crohn's disease?
I thought he had POTS, is what I think people.
What is POTS?
POTS disease. I think POTS stands for something. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Its hallmark trait is an exaggerated increase in heart rate. I thought that was the fear for Kristaps.
That's what he's looking at?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then not going to stop him from making $40 million over the next year.
Good sign. It means he is obviously available to play.
All right, let's get to Darryn Peterson, some other clips. Here's him talking about what he wants to showcase from his game in the NBA.
My two-way ability, that I can play both sides of the ball at a good level. I want to bring offense and defense to the team. Also, my playmaking. I think I didn't get to showcase as much at Kansas. Hopefully, I can bring that here.
That was another thing, and we talked about maybe Darryn Peterson didn't really like his Kansas experience for a variety of reasons, but Bill Self did really move him off the ball and made him more of an off-the-ball player, which I honestly don't hate, but Darryn Peterson might have.
I think he's going to play off the ball quite a bit this season. I bet you're going to see a lot of Darryn Peterson sitting in the corner, and not touching the ball, but like his skill that translates day one is his three-point shooting. He's going to be a great shooter in the NBA. And the Jazz have a good ball-in-hand playmaker in Keontae George, and I think he's going to get a lot of those reps and then just sort out the touches from there. It's going to be Lowry's going to get a lot, and Jalen's going to get a lot, or Jaren, is going to get a lot. You will see Darryn certainly get his opportunities, but even if he's coming off the bench, like Isaiah Collier, I think is going to be, again, setting the table for everybody. So I think Darren's going to be off the ball, so it's not necessarily bad that he got those reps when he was in Kansas, but they'll develop time for him to continue to get better and improve and get more comfortable there.
Well, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He wants to be more of a playmaker. Yeah. That's what he just said.
Well, he's got to show that he can actually make the passes. Like he made some really nice passes. He's not like the most innate natural passer. He's not like a point guard the way some guys come in when that's what they've been doing their whole life. That's not really who Darryn is.
All right, here's Darryn talking about the advice that Keontae George gave him for Summer League.
I told him Summer League practice coming up on Monday, like what to expect. He said, whatever you think is hard, just multiply it by 10. So I'm ready to come in and work. That didn't scare me at all, so I'm ready.
You'd hope not. You'd hope he wouldn't be scared of what's going to be out there. Again, how he reacts to some of this stuff is going to be, the biggest thing to watch. How does he handle the adversity he's going to face? And he's talked about, I've faced a lot of adversity in my life. I'm not worried about it. But you actually got to see it once it gets on the floor. Like he faced some adversity at Kansas, and I don't think anyone would say like A+ response to it. Like not talking about anything while he was at Kansas was strange. Could have been his people. Could have been Kansas. The pulling yourself out of games for cramps was strange. Kansas was worse when he was on the floor than off. That's strange to me. So all of those things are part of this process that are. How does he respond to the adversity you're inevitably going to face? And I'm not saying just because that happened in the past doesn't mean he can't do it going forward, but you just got to, you've got to answer that test, and you're just going to get a lot of tests in the NBA.
How about that? The Paraguayan goalie just saved the first penalty shot.
Yeah, in PKs. Tied 1-1. Well, someone in Paraguay is going to airmail this thing over the crossbar.
You let me get away with Paraguayan?
What do we think it is?
What do you call
Paraguay?
Paraguayan? Thought it'd be Paraguayan.
Paraguayan, yeah.
I like Paraguayan.
I do too.
Paraguayan?
That doesn't make any sense. All right, moving on. Here's Darryn Peterson talking about his meeting in Canton, which is where he's from, that he had with the Jazz pre-draft.
I always say I'm an energy guy. When I entered the room, I felt a good energy off the rip, and we had a good conversation. And I like that it wasn't all about basketball. We talked about the puppy I just got. We talked about my family, so it just felt good to feel like I had a family already. And then for them to take me on Tuesday was super surreal, and I was delighted when they said they were going to take me. I got the call. I was super happy.
Sneaky good move to go out to Canton, actually.
No, A+.
They really turned that story around.
No, that's right. The Jazz clearly, really wanted Darryn Peterson. Like, obviously wanted him more than they wanted Cam Boozer. They could have just taken Cam Boozer. And wanted to make sure that he knew and his family knew and everyone was comfortable with the idea that he was going to be the guy. I imagine as a parent, and you as a parent, if an organization or somebody came out to meet you and meet your kids at your house, that would mean a lot. Versus saying, what do you mean you're not coming to see us? We're too good for that, or we're too big for that. This is a person who's moving to Utah. It's going to be a part of your organization for who knows how many years. But, if you're really going to take them number 2 overall, and Darryn's success has probably been the main storyline in the Peterson family household for several years, to have a team come up and kind of match that importance, match that value, I'm sure meant a lot. And Darryn may not really recognize it yet, even to this point. When he was being recruited by colleges, I'm sure every coach came out. I'm sure everybody flew out to see him at high school or wherever he was. But this is not college anymore. This is the NBA. So I'm sure that was a big sign for his family and for Darryn necessarily that the Jazz were willing to do that.
All right, here's Darryn on the emotional roller coaster since being drafted.
There's been a lot of mixture of feelings. First feeling was like, wow, I'm super blessed to be in this position. Second feeling, when I went home, I worked out at my old high school. So just to see where I came from was another feeling. Then when I got here, like a wholesome feeling. When I got off the plane, the fans were out there yelling for me, cheering for me. So just like a warm welcome to home, and happy to be home now.
There you go. Happy to be home. Where do you think they put him? Downtown?
Downtown for now. My understanding is he came out by himself. Some guys really come out with big groups of people, girlfriends, parents, siblings. Kind of sounds like he's come to Utah by himself. And again, everyone I've talked to just said just the maturity level is off the charts. And I've talked to him a few times. He seems absolutely that would fit the bill. But again, you're meeting people in such weird circumstances. You never know actually what the personality is like. But it seems like there's a real belief that he's just like, this is not too big for him. It's not going to be too hard for him. he can handle the approach.
And he's made his dog famous?
He's got a Doberman that has a Twitter account.
Is it a Twitter account or
Instagram, excuse me.
Not the other one?
Did Jake just say Twitter?
I know. Not the talk snap.
Not the talk snap.
And I said it wrong. I am going to draw the line at following his dog on Instagram.
Not going to do it.
I don't think so.
But anyway, apparently he had a talk snap out there with his dog walking around town, enjoying himself.
Yeah.
That was nice and cool this weekend.
Nice at the hotel to put up a dog.
Oh, yeah? You think some hotel swallowed the policy, or did they just throw him into a condo or something?
I bet you pay enough, you can get a dog in there.
You can't just go rolling through the Monaco with a dang Doberman.
Correct.
Or what is the most expensive hotel downtown now? The new Hyatt Regency?
Maybe.
Rolling through with his dog?
Probably still $1,000.
No way.
Probably still $1,000, right?
I have no idea. That's
probably in a presidential. He's going to be here for a while. Unless he's buying a house right away or getting an apartment right away. He might be in this hotel for months.
No, you got to get out. Get him an apartment.
I would hope so.
Come on.
I would hope so.
Help him with the lease for a couple of months. It's all right.
It's not all right. You cannot do that.
All right, let's wrap up the segment with Austin Age, talking about personality type is overrated for leaders.
Personality type is overrated. There's not one way to be a leader. We just ask everybody to bring who they are and what they have and bring it to the group and try to add. Just try to make everyone else around them better and try to lift. And that can be with actions, words, passes, loose balls, charges. There's 100 ways to lead.
I kind of disagree with that. I think a leader leading by example and not vocally. It's funny we say that because you can't lead vocally and not by example. I kind of don't know if you can do it the other way around either. More so the other way around, certainly. You can't be somebody who talks but doesn't walk the walk. But I think you need to talk also. And I don't know if I'm expecting Darren to become like ever the face or vocal leader of this Jazz team.
I don't know. The time will tell. Who knows?
Set the stage for us.
Well, the Paraguayans have blocked 2 of the penalty shots.
And they're 3 for 3.
Well, they're 3 for 3. So if the Paraguayan knocks this one down, then it's over. Germany's out. And he missed. Way to go, number 9. Don't let him back in the country.
Did you hear about...
Seems a little extreme.
Oh, I'm spacing the country now. There was a country that canceled their private jet home and made all the players fly commercial back.
Awesome. I love that country. We got to find out who
I want to say it was Uruguay.
No, they're still playing. No, they're not playing. Cancel private jet World Cup. It was Uruguay.
Strong move by Uruguay. Although not quite to the level of, didn't a few years ago the North Koreans come back from the World Cup and Kim Jong-un put them in a work camp?
I don't know.
Did
North Korea play in the World Cup?
I think so.
Okay. They featured a squad.
And I think they didn't make it out of group play. So
okay, Germany needs to put this in. We might as well stay here.
Yeah, why
Germany's got to put this in
to
if
stay
they
alive.
miss or it gets blocked. Paraguayans win again, or Paraguay then can sink it on the final PK.
Yeah. So here we go. The German makes it.
Back in the net. No doubter.
So now if the Paraguayan knocks it in, they win. And then if they don't, it keeps going.
Sudden death.
And so the first one that makes it wins.
First one to make and then followed by a miss. Yeah.
All right. Well, number 9's buffoonery really cost him. Missed it by a mile. Way to go, Paraguay guy.
Yeah, let me look. Let's see. Yeah, man.
Oh, this is taking forever. Nobody cares. All right, we'll tell you who wins this thing coming up next. Stay tuned. It's the Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Your home for the best sports radio for your afternoon drive is right here. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Join Scotty G and the coach, Tim Lacombe, coming up tomorrow at Tim Daly Mazda in Sandy, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive. Ben, from what I can tell, it was just the coach that got sent to the work camp. But the whole team was, the whole North Korean team, this was back in 2010, They were summoned in front of 400 people and just berated for 6 hours, apparently.
Shamed.
For embarrassing everybody.
Do you want to update us on the
The Germans lost. The Paraguayans.
Huge upset.
Win in the shootout.
In sudden death shootout.
Yeah.
Paraguay blew their last
they actually
two
choked.
elimination shots.
And then we're able to recover to get the win over Germany. So there you go. A huge upset, Ben. Man, that would stink. You imagine a German player missed it badly by going over the goal. I mean, just ridiculous.
Yep. Missed it by a lot.
Would you go home?
No. North Korean work camp.
Well, I think the Germans are done with that. But I still would probably not go home.
See if you can extend your
stay.
Your stay for a little bit.
Rent an RV.
Can I get a late checkout? How long? 6 to 8 weeks.
How long you got?
I'm gonna stay.
I'd go somewhere else. Right?
That's a tough pill to swallow. Germany legitimately could have won the World Cup. You know, they're that talented. So
I can't even remember what year it was. There was a Skyline football team that lost in the finals because of a holding call. I think my brother told me he didn't come back to school for like 2 weeks. But I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, I believe it.
You lose a World Cup elimination match simply because of you? That's brutal.
Really brutal, yeah.
Lloyd, I was talking to Lloyd about his sons. They went to a baseball tournament over the weekend, and his son's team lost by 1 run. And Lloyd's son wasn't up, but there was obviously a kid up who made the last out, and they had the tying run on third with 2 outs. And I have been there, and that is the worst feeling ever. You make the last out.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of game that was played up until that. It's not all your fault.
But it's your opportunity to keep things alive, and you failed.
Yeah. Man.
Work camp.
Work camp.
Yep, the mines.
Yeah. But they sent the manager, the coach, went to the work camp, and everybody really feared for his safety. I couldn't find an update, so I wonder.
Heard from him since?
I wonder how it went.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they have a really tough time hiring their next coach? And considering that coach got North Korea to the World Cup, that's probably pretty rough.
Not ideal.
No. Would you take that job?
I don't know if you have a choice to take roles in North Korea.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't think you can send back a thanks but no thanks email.
If they call you and say, "Hey,
you're
the soccer coach," you have to say yes.
You have to say yes.
Or else you end up in the work camp before you even get a chance to coach.
Correct.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Do you want to update some of what's happened with NBA free agents today? It's been a little crazy. I don't even know if I can remember.
Well, John Morant's been traded. The Bosnian Beak has been signed.
Yes. DeAndre Ayton picked up his player option this morning. Bad for the Lakers, but they were expecting it. Bradley Beal, the old maid, declined his option with the Clippers. Clippers are going to be bad next year. I think they're going to fall back.
Well, what do you make of, we haven't even talked about this today, the rumors that Kawhi Leonard could be headed back to Toronto?
That's kind of interesting. I do think that feels like a leverage play to me, but maybe he's happy there. Maybe he enjoyed his time and can go and disappear and nobody cares.
I think it's the only place you can go and be popular.
That might be true.
I find that totally believable. I think it's the only franchise that would really want him.
Maybe he needs to get out of the country.
And
he's
honestly,
on the lam.
he's still, I guarantee he's still popular in Toronto.
Oh, he's a hero.
Tying back my Toronto visit earlier, when you land in the airport and you walk through the tunnel, they have the picture of his shot. Not even in the finals, his shot in the conference finals. Yeah. They have that right as he walked through the tunnel.
Right.
Kauai International Airport. Julian Champagnie, 3 years, $45 million with the Spurs.
I love that signing. That's a great signing. I can't believe they got him for that cheap.
Yeah, good player. Proven to be a very good player.
He's their new Bruce Bowen.
He's probably happy he'd never made any money before, so I'm sure he was really happy to get it. Sorry, trying to make sure I'm getting all of these. We didn't talk about the Isaiah Hartenstein deal. He added 3 years at about $28 million to his contract. You're right. The big move today, though, John Morant traded to the Portland Trail Blazers.
For nothing. I don't know what these teams are doing.
For Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Chris Murray in his third season, I think, going into the NBA, late first-round pick. Jeremy Grant was kind of viewed as having the worst contract in the NBA. Might actually
Before the Trae Young deal.
Before the Trae Young deal, and actually Jaws might be worse. But, yeah, not particularly good.
What is Portland doing? Are they trying to win? Or are they going to flip it and trade for Jalen Brown and try to win that way?
But flip what? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to send Scoot and contracts.
Yeah, if they thought that getting a bunch of guards was, going to be insurance, so yeah, you could trade Scoot and whatever their other deals are to get a deal done. But I don't know. I hate it. I don't think Ja's a winning basketball player right now. I kind of I'm not betting on him being fully rehabilitated from whatever his issues were. Portland actually seems like the type of town where he could just get himself in trouble. It's like a small enough town where he could go and wreak havoc if he wants to. I'd be a little worried about that. They don't have a leader. They have a brand new first-year head coach. That's a real headache for a new head coach.
I would guess his behavior will be on the straight and narrow.
You'd hope so.
Well, I mean, part of the reason that a lot of these players end up having, or a lot of players with behavioral issues end up growing up because they grow up, but also because Josh's been put in his place. He was just traded for nothing. His team was desperate to get him out the door. And so I bet he, you can put it as maybe as a chip on his shoulder to prove people wrong. But, a lot of times you have bad behavior like Ja did because you're enabled to.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what Portland will put up with. But I would assume they'd say, we're not going to put up with it. You're not worth it to put up with that sort of thing. And unless he's dense, I would guess he gets that message.
He might be dense. He's also coming off the worst year of his career. He averaged 19.5 points, 8 assists. Those all seem fine. He shot 41% from the floor, a career low, and he's generally like a pretty good shooter for a guard. Not a three-point shooter, but like he's such a good finisher. His field goal percentage is usually pretty high. And then just 23% from the three-point line, which even as a non-shooter, that's by far the lowest in his career. So he had a borderline disastrous year last year. He only played 20 games, and that's the other problem. He has not stayed healthy.
No.
He played 9 games. Now there's suspensions mixed into this as well. 9 games, 50 games, 20 games. So I don't know. I hate it for Portland. Dicey at best.
Well, Portland's trying to do the same thing the Jazz are trying to do apparently, but. Is it going to work? Are they going to be competitive?
I like what the Jazz did more than I like what Portland
has
done.
Way more.
I like Darryn more than I like Ja, which, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we might not have said that. And then the other big story is Jalen Duren, who's the All-NBA, All-Star center for the Detroit Pistons, apparently going to meet with the Sacramento Kings to potentially organize a sign and trade. And it seems like, that seems to be moving quickly. Now Sam Amick from The Athletic, who also had the Walker Kessler contract story.
Well, you know where Sam lives too, right?
Is he in Los Angeles?
Sacramento.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Sam Amick is now reporting that Jalen Duren will also be meeting with the Lakers for a potential sign and trade beginning tomorrow night, which, again, would obviously take them out of the Walker Kessler.
They don't have anything
running.
to trade. I don't know how that's going to work.
What
would they trade?
Going now to a second team, if he's meeting with multiple teams to try and set up a sign and trade, makes me feel like this is just a leverage play to get as much money as possible, and then hopefully Detroit matches or don't. Who cares? But yeah, it seems like that's kind of the talk.
Where is Duren playing next year?
Probably Detroit. Occam's razor. You're just most likely to be where you are,
This seems more contentious than the Kessler.
Certainly seems ugly. Certainly does not seem ideal.
I don't know. It hasn't gotten ugly with Walker.
No, I think fans have thought it's gotten ugly with Walker, and I just don't kind of get that feeling behind the scenes.
But it does feel that way with Duren.
Certainly seems aggressive. You haven't heard anyone say Walker's trying to organize a sign and trade. In fact, I don't believe there's been sign and trade conversations at all with Walker. But Jalen Duren's camp leaking, his agent leaking to Sam Amick that they're pursuing a sign and trade means he's doing his best to get out of Detroit.
I didn't realize this. I'm just seeing this from Real GM. The Warriors, with the Kristaps Porzingis deal that you mentioned, are now unlikely to be able to offer LeBron James the full non-taxpayer mid-level exception of $15.1 million.
Yeah.
So maybe this affects where LeBron's able to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if that fell apart. I wonder if they started to kick the tires on the Anthony Davis trade and realized there's just no way to get the deal done.
I'm telling you, the Lakers should do a sign and trade with LeBron for Jared Allen.
I think that'd be a great move for the Lakers.
For the Lakers?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a great move for the Cavs.
Yeah.
But whatever, they're old anyway. Who cares?
But yeah, the Lakers would get their center and get out of LeBron, and LeBron would go back to Cleveland, and the Lakers could polish that as being, look at this favor we did for LeBron. We sent him home one last time. And also we got our guy, when the whole thing is actually about them getting their guy.
That has always seemed likely to me. If LeBron's not going to Golden State, I'm telling you, watch him signing with the Clippers.
They're clearly going in the wrong direction right now.
The Clippers have to sell tickets.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sorry, you can't just build that arena, that crazy arena, and then not sell any tickets to it, right? They need the draw. They need the LeBron James retirement tour. You can't charge $300 for parking if nobody wants to go.
I haven't been to the new arena. I went to the Jazz Clippers playoff series when they were there in the Terrence Mann three-point shooting series. I wasn't at that game, but that series. And man, it was dry.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Even the playoffs. Nobody cares.
No, Ballmer brought the wrong franchise.
Yeah, he did. Should have waited.
He should have waited.
He would have been better off waiting and getting an engaged franchise than, as we talked about a lot recently, the second banana. Hard to energize a second banana.
Really hard. I like that.
Like that?
All right, stay tuned. We've got voicemails coming up next. If you have something to say, leave us a voicemail. Go to the KSL Sports app and hit the voicemail section, and you can send us a message. And Christian will get the good ones played. So we'll do that next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Two amigos on the airways, talking sports. They got him Matrix and also loves his tie-dye. Ben's got style with his scarf. Oh my.
This one is for Jake and Ben, mostly Jake, I guess. But Jake, just to let you know, you got a fan in me. Whether it comes to hating holidays or, hating fun, you're like the Larry David. So shout out to you. I'm one of your fans. So hope you have a good one.
Yeah, I don't like fun. I don't like happiness. Yeah, Coleman. Shout out to Coleman. Thank you. That made my day. I needed that. I needed a little boost.
I said to start the show that at Darryn Peterson's prep rally that was held on Saturday, that we had some listeners come up and say that they were fans of you and the show. And I relayed that to you, and you said you didn't have any fans. And Coleman called in and said you do have fans.
That was nice.
Shout out Coleman.
I've got a bond with Coleman, my one fan.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. Kind of compared me to Larry David.
I finally get to call Jake Scott a bozo.
Yeah, see? That's most of the stuff I get.
Mm-hmm.
People just throw stuff at me in public. Just walking down the road, and all of a sudden a banana peel out of nowhere. Wham.
Very tough.
No, you're the one who gets recognized. I don't get recognized anywhere, thank goodness.
You don't go out. Jusuf Nurkic is back with the Utah Jazz. 2 years, $22 million. The first move of free agency for the Jazz.
Huge one. Home run.
His backup center.
His backup center.
Kind of an expensive backup center, honestly.
Hey, but you invested in his nose. And you got to get the payoff to that. And maybe he has 6 triple-doubles in a row because he now can breathe.
Mm-hmm. Doubles the effectiveness. Efficacy. He's a very solid NBA regular season rotation player. I have no idea what the playoffs look like. I'm not sure if I'm the Utah Jazz right now. I'm worried about signing, quote, playoff guys. You got to get to the playoffs first. Find out what guys on your team are already playoff guys. That's a bigger deal than are you getting bench players that can play in the playoffs.
I don't know if I quite buy into that stuff anyway. I mean, I do think you learn something from the playoffs, I guess, but does it really matter? I mean, how many did San Antonio win to the finals? It's their second year making the playoffs?
Correct, exactly right.
I don't know. Dylan Harper looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, no, you're right. We didn't know he was a playoff player or not. Clearly can play in the postseason.
So, I don't know. That stuff is kind of overrated anyway. Who cares?
So get to the playoffs. See which of your guys make sense, matter. I'm not worried about, you got to go get Drew Holiday now that Drew Holiday is available for trade because he's won in the playoffs.
That's the latest report is that Portland now, having traded for John Morant today, is now making Drew Holiday available via trade.
I can't think of two worse back-to-back sentences. We've traded for John Morant, and thus Drew Holiday is available for trade. Drew is actually a very good basketball player who's won everywhere he's ever gone. And Ja might be the opposite of that.
Yeah. Well, Portland thinks that they're getting a deal because of circumstance. Like we've seen star players move because of the circumstance they're in, and it's hugely paid off. I just don't think this is one of those circumstances.
Right. Kristaps ends up in Boston.
I mean,
after a good but like unremarkable season in Washington, and helps them win a title.
Kevin Garnett ends up in Boston. You know, Minnesota was extremely dysfunctional as a franchise, and they weren't going anywhere. And all of a sudden, Kevin Garnett wanted out, so a superstar becomes available when they wouldn't normally. Boston pounces, and it really turns out well for him. I don't think this is one of those circumstances. I don't think Ja Morant is a star. I don't know if Ja Morant was ever a star, frankly. He got a big role on a young team that did make some waves, ultimately doing nothing, right, in the playoffs. So I don't know. But Portland probably has convinced themselves that they've got a star, and the only reason that star was even available was because of circumstance.
Right.
Which I don't think is true.
Correct. I think they just misread that situation.
I don't think it was true with Trae Young either, which is probably what Washington was talking themselves into, right? Obviously, they gave him a huge contract.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's the right move. Doesn't mean that's the case. I would say Jaren Jackson is more of that case than Ja Morant.
Yes.
Jaren wouldn't normally have been available.
No, Jazz got him for circumstantial reasons.
And so we'll see how that plays out. But I don't know. It's not a surprise to me that there was no market for Ja. I'm surprised Portland did it. Way to go. You deserve what you get.
Good for Memphis for getting out of the Ja business. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's hard to get him moved. They had to take a bad contract in Jeremy Grant back, but you get to move forward. You get a fresh start. You have Cam Boozer. You have Cedric Coward. We'll see if Zach Edey can get back on the court. Like, you've got a formation of a young team. You've got a concept of a young basketball team to build around. You do not need Ja sticking around stinking it up. Taylor Hendricks is there. Walt Clayton is there. We'll see those guys at the Salt Lake City Summer League coming up this weekend. Turning the page is hard, but can be essential. And I think they're turning the page and starting at a better spot for their rebuild than where the Jazz were when they traded Rudy and Donovan. Now, Lowry came in and was really good right away, but they didn't have a Cam Boozer level rookie coming in, and the Memphis Grizzlies do. So hard to do. Credit Charlotte as well. Charlotte turning the page on LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges for Brandon Miller and Con Knippel. It's just got to be a breath of fresh air for everybody.
You know what Minnesota should do for LaMelo when he first gets to town? Remember, did you ever have a friend in high school whose parents got him a car, but it was that old boat of like an Oldsmobile or something that went 40 miles an hour with the wind at its back and just guzzled gas and had zero performance? They should get him one of those. Like an old 80s Lincoln or something.
You're going to hate it, but it's good for you.
But it's really good for you. Yeah. And it's great in the snow.
Yeah.
A lot of weight. Right. A lot of weight.
Not the OJ model, but the early Ford Broncos that are big, but they drive 15 miles an hour. They get 4 miles to the gallon, handle the snow fine, but you can't go fast.
Have you ever heard of the Scout, which apparently they're bringing back? My buddy Alex's mom had a Scout.
Yeah.
And it maybe went 25 miles an hour. But it'd go anywhere. You drive it up the face of a mountain.
Black ice, not a problem.
Not a problem at all. But it probably wasn't going to go 40.
Correct.
All right, 6 o'clock hour next, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Your home for the best sports radio for your afternoon drive is right here. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, wrap it up at Jake and Ben Show, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Man, I'm getting grief for something I shouldn't get grief for. I went to the store today, and on the list was coconut milk. Where would you look for coconut milk?
International food aisle?
Not backed by the milk?
No, it's coconut milk. It doesn't even have to be refrigerated.
They have coconut milk in the milk section, which is where I went, and I bought a thing of coconut milk, and now I'm getting made fun of because she says it comes in a can. It's like, what are you talking about?
You can get both. You can get the double. So the can is, what was it, 12 ounces? 8 ounces? What are the little cans? 12? You can get the big one for 24 or the 24-ounce one in the big pile. I mean, you had the right idea, but yeah, it's international.
She said
food.
this isn't for cooking.
It's for drinking.
It's coconut
you probably
milk.
got the drinking one.
So you bought coconut water.
You might have gotten coconut water.
No, it said coconut milk. I know how to read.
Did you have your glasses on?
I did not, but it was big enough on the label.
We solved the problem.
That I know. It does not say coconut
He
water.
had his glasses on.
It does. It was coconut milk.
What'd you get? That a Roy D, or what was your brand? Do you know?
I don't even know. All I know is it said coconut milk on it. It was right next to the almond milk.
Next to, yeah, you got the wrong stuff. Next to butter and just heavy cream, coconut milk is the thing most likely to make all of your food taste better. But it just is so unhealthy for you.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. It's just like all fat and sugar. It's great, though. Yeah, I love coconut milk. What are you guys doing, Thai?
I don't know.
Yeah, must be doing something good. I'm coming over.
I don't know.
Something great.
I think we're having meatballs.
Coconut milk?
I don't know. I don't know. I just went to the store with a list. I bought what was on the list.
Okay.
It said coconut milk, and I bought coconut milk.
Okay. Coconut something.
There wasn't coconut water. Stop it.
Coconut sparkling water.
No.
Coconut pineapple sparkling water.
So I'm going home to something. I don't know.
Beak is back.
Coconut flavored coffee creamer.
Yeah. That's what you got. It's
Well,
all the
now
same
I've got
thing.
like a gallon of it, so I'm going to have to consume it some way. Is it good in coffee? I don't know.
Probably not.
No. What am I going to do with it? Can't cook with it. Well, my kids are going to start drinking it.
Goya, also a solid brand.
Okay.
Or Roy D.
I thought they
That's
did
pretty good,
beans.
too. Yeah, everything canned.
Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Strong finish.
Doesn't matter to you.
This is Jake
You
and
buy
Ben Show.
milk.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, 97.5
Thanks, Christian.
DKSL Sports Zone.